2012, and we've had many different iterations of it. I'm exceedingly excited about what is to come. Got a lot of good things on deck, got a lot of good things rolling, finally. And you already know what it is. Before we get into community and before we get into the current events, we usually go community empowerment. And I've got some things that I want to promote. Namely, we wanted to promote this thing last week, but we're going to promote it this week. Or we actually talked about it last week, but we're really going to promote it this week. We need everybody. We have a month before this latest masterclass. This is the first relationship masterclass I've done in 2 years. The last one I did was in 2022, 2021, something like that. So it's been 2 years. So we're doing a masterclass, or I'm doing a masterclass, August 3rd through the 4th. Can you pull up? That's the masterclass. It's called the Relationship ER. What is the link for that? Because we want people to go there right now and sign up. Let me just say, registration is limited. So do not hem and haw and hope and a ha and a hey shana. Don't. I need you to get to this link, onestream.tv/the relationship ER. ER, of course, is emergency room. Right? And we're going to talk about a great many things over 2 days. We've created a whole PowerPoint curriculum for this masterclass. And all my ride or dies, all my people who say, yo, we with Zoe Williams, we rock with Zoe. I've been learning from you for 20 years, and you saved my marriage, you did this, you did. Yo, sign up. Because what I'm not telling you about this particular masterclass, I've been holding on to new ideas that I've been cultivating over the past 3 years. Right? And the reason why I've been holding on to these ideas, because, once you start talking about them, it gets out into the, YouTube world, and, everybody says, I agree with that, or I disagree with that. And then they start parroting what you say. So I have doggedly held on to some of these concepts that I will be revealing in this masterclass. And I do a radio show with Tavis Smiley, every day, Monday through Thursday. I do this radio show, and I've been holding back these concepts because I'm writing my 5th book, which is coming along excellently. And within this masterclass, I'm going to be revealing the tenets of that 5th book. And when I tell you, it's going to be amazing. So do not play with this one. This is a powerful masterclass. And this is what I pride myself on. I hate being like, sounding like, looking like, acting like, being perceived like anybody else. I like to approach things from an original and fresh perspective. This relationship masterclass and subsequent book is going to challenge everything I've ever written before. That's how amazing the whole concept is around these books, around these masterclasses. I don't do anything unless I have a really strong concept that people can digest and kind of process and understand and get something out of. So I'm telling you now, sign up to the Relationship ER, onestream.tv/the Relationship ER. Now,
Everybody ain't your soulmate. Everybody ain't your person. Everybody ain't your twin flame. Everybody don't love you. Some of your friends is trying to kill you. I'm handing out free game. Women and men have incredible intuition, but mostly we find neither one of us ever listen. We never pay attention to it. We muck up and then we act like we meant to do it. We react without acknowledging the fact that we act exactly like whatever we hate. We attract what we vibrate. We lash out in a volatile mind state. We cultivate that mess and let it migrate. We love to hate. Watch what you vibrate. You are in control of the choices you make. They can dictate the journey of your soul. The things you release and the things that you hold. For wisdom is better than gold. Always be grateful. Hold on to what you love in your life. And when other people are evil and hateful, recognize that only love will survive. Maintain your integrity. Focus your energy. This is the best way to thrive. Knowing that balance is key to survival and nothing else matters if you don't stay alive. Never forget.
Back to the topic. You out here going against the system. Most women will run. Desire doesn't have any real meaning. How do I deal with disappointment? And what are my cravings? What am I denying? What am I afraid of? What scares me? Anxiety. Who do I want to fuck up? I want them to have some punitive shit coming back. Right. Grief, tragic, regret. What do I still? If you're not doing that inner work,
right,
your relationships are just an outer reflection.
Wow. And it's gonna keep repeating itself over and over.
This is what this is.
Because listen, this, and I say this all the time, this is no diss to any relationship specialists out there. But I always say most relationship specialists are sociologists. They're talking about the social norms, the social game rules, the social standards. Do you know you can achieve everything society tells you to achieve in a relationship and still be miserable? Y'all both can have the great career. Y'all both could be making money. Y'all both could be well educated. Right? Y'all could be well educated. Y'all could have resources. Y'all could have some wealth. Nice house on the hill. You know, all that. But what most people do not deal with in relationship is the spiritual meaning of relationship. The spiritual meaning of relationship outweighs what society says you po to have. So many people are so focused on what society says we're po to have that we neglect the real inner work. How does the inner work manifest itself? It manifests itself in relationships. Oh God. You know how many people waiting because they don't want to re-experience something?
Yes.
Do you know how many people have opted to stay single?
Yes.
Do you understand what I'm saying? They would rather avoid relationships altogether. And what people fail to realize is being in a relationship reveals who you are, the work you're supposed to be doing.
Right.
And this book is squarely focused on that. In my new book, The Shrouded Lighthouse, go to theshroudedlighthouse.com. In my new book, I use the metaphor that every person is a lighthouse. And every person has two types of light. You have visible light, right? Visible light is your personality, your physical aesthetics, your charm, your charisma, your talents, right? Your height, your sense of humor, your intelligence. These are visible light, right? But you also have dark lights. And your dark lighthouse works in the same way as your visible lighthouse works. You attract people to you, and y'all dark lights are attracted to each other because the dark light wants to be transformed into visible light. Think of it along these lines. You've seen that picture of the iceberg. You see the tip of the iceberg, that's the visible light. And then underneath, you see the massive, you don't even know how big this damn this iceberg is until you run into it. And that's the spiritual purpose of relationship, is to get that dark light exposed so you can transform it into visible light. So we talk about the two, how every person has two lighthouses, the seen and the unseen. We talk about what is a or a situation shift. You hear people talk about a situation shift. I'm saying it's a situation shift. Because if you're paying attention to what this person is projecting to you, reflecting from you, now you know how to shift. But you gotta own what's coming back to you. Right? We talk about what it means to put your best face or mask forward. This goes back to the holographic relationship. Your whole story is written on your spirit, regardless of the mask you wear. Your mask is a lie.
Man, come on now.
We talk about the eventual positive purpose of unfulfilling or toxic relationships. A lot of people don't want to do this work, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to put the book out. I'm telling you, it's going to be powerful. Please go to theshroudedlighthouse.com. If you go to theshroudedlighthouse.com during this show, I'm going to shout you out. Anybody that does it, I'm going to shout you out. Please hit the like button, hit the share button. And do we have the video? Can we?
Yeah.
So we can play the commercial?
What were the... Yeah.
Let's see it.
One moment.
Two lighthouses. Yes, the seen and the unseen. Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. New book called The Shrouded Lighthouse: How to Uncover the Silver Lining in Every Situation Shift. I delve deep into the inner work that needs to be done in order to mature spiritually. Now, this book is the follow-up to my 2019 release, The Holographic Relationship. In this book, I will talk about the two lighthouses. Go to my website right now to pre-order. The pre-order link is theshroudedlighthouse.com. The first 500 people to do so, you will get an autographed copy. Thank you all for supporting my work. We're about to change the game with this book. I appreciate you guys for always supporting the work that I do. I look forward to getting your feedback on this new book. Thank you.
It is. It's they trying to. The agenda is push. I ain't using the word try with that. So
Tony Taylor.
None of that.
This brings.
crazy.
Roz, this brings
It's a
us
group of
back
men
to
that's
what you
pushing.
said. You were starting off talking about how soft niggas are. So let's talk about it. Are men just too soft? Piggybacking off my last question, if women are too masculine, or are the men just too soft?
I think
or
both.
as I like to say, sucker
I
like.
think both. I think nobody it holds a place anymore of having a standard of what they need to be doing. Like everybody want to be everything else. Like I think the men are way soft.
Like this position.
Like
Like
my
that
grandfather
position.
would not have that shit.
Look how far you had to
Oh,
reach
God
back.
in heaven.
Yeah, you had to
And
reach
he
back.
loved my grandmama. He done choked the fuck out of her 4 seasons ago.
Absolutely.
And said, why is you entertaining Chris Rock? Bitch got me up here fighting, fucking up the money. Bitch, stop talking to him. But that's too soft. She is disrespectful. I'm a woman and I do not ride with Jada. Let's just say that. I don't like it. I don't like nothing she say.
I think she's a great actress. I think Will's a
she's
great
a
actor.
great professional artist. Personally, she's
But her
fucking sucks.
personality is undesirable.
She's not a real bitch.
I'm not in a hurry to work with her.
She's not a real bitch.
I'll just say that. I'm not going to turn down any part.
Right.
But if I had to work with her, the
Donnie.
narcissism would bring me down. Because it's all about you. You balded your head the night your husband was getting an Oscar. That said a lot to me. That said, fuck his Oscar. I'm going to make it about me and my fake alopecia. And then Chris Rock slapped homeboy. Then Will slapped Chris Rock, and that was like the most disrespectful thing that he could have did to the host.
But that was deeper than that. That had nothing to do with that joke.
Yeah,
somebody
that had
was
a lot to
fucking
do with
somebody.
that.
Somebody fucked somebody and somebody found out.
Well,
Something
Jada,
happened.
according to
Nobody's that mad.
Jada,
You pick your
according to
you can
Jada,
also
he
pick,
asked her out.
No, you can that too. But you can also pick your target.
Yeah,
You
he
understand
knew
what I'm
he
saying?
was slapping.
Exactly.
He knew Chris was gonna play the role of Big
Oh,
Man.
whatever it was.
He knew Chris was gonna.
Real or not.
I don't
Chris
think
was
Chris
a
was
sucker.
being a sucker. I think Chris was like, I'm not gonna fight this nigga
On
in
TV.
front of all these white people.
No, he was securing his bag.
Because Chris is
He
bigger.
works
Bigger
for
and
white Hollywood.
blacker.
He don't deal with niggas.
All I got to say is
his
bigger
money-
and blacker. Bigger and Blacker was Chris Rock's special. He is, if you listen to his comedy, is black as fuck. He was not, even though white people love it, it's still black as fuck. He was not going to let Will get that win in front of that crowd. And he was hosting the Oscars.
Right.
You can't fight this nigga right now, but I would have fought him later. I wouldn't have fought him right then, but I would have been like, nigga, I'm going to see you in the green room.
You don't gotta fight him, but I'm not gonna let a nigga come from
There's no
70
second
yards
chance. No
up with
second
his
chance.
fist ball.
Go ahead. There's no second chance
And still be in
on
the same
retaliate.
spot.
Ain't no I'm getting you back.
Who does that?
Well,
Very seldom is the get back. You hear what I'm saying?
I don't think he thought
Right.
he
Okay,
was
It's
going to do
explain
it.
it, Melvin.
It's very seldom on the get back when you talking about I'm gonna get you in the green
No.
room. It's very seldom that you have to react. That right there, that was a once in a lifetime moment. They were supposed to squabble up.
No.
They're supposed to squabble up. You're
And
supposed to
make
squabble
us
up.
look like some
Man,
buffoons.
so what? They say it anyway. And I ain't
Okay.
used to, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Bro,
in the
he
ghetto
had
as being like,
73 minutes to block that fucking slap.
Man, the aggression
Get the fuck out
of
here.
walking to the stage.
Go to
The
the next
aggression.
A strong man can be soft with you in the bedroom and soft with you in the ways with you, right? But if it's time for him to be a man, he's that man. So we're together. There's a business decision to be made, something that he has to delegate. Leadership. There's an altercation occurring. He doesn't look like, oh my gosh, he knows how to talk to a person, right?
now
And make this thing go smoothly.
Mimi is defining this shit really nicely. So, soft, because you know there's a connotation and a denotation.
Right.
The denotation of soft in American culture is that nigga's a pussy. That
Right.
nigga's a bitch.
Right.
But the way you're contextualizing soft might be he's gentle.
Right. Okay, so I don't want him to ever be a bitch.
Here we go. Keep
Okay,
going.
my man ain't gonna ever be no bitches. There ain't no bitches in the sentence because now
So you
if that's
want a gentleman
yes.
who can shift in between.
Right, but
Go ahead.
but never to be mushy and soft. You know what I'm saying? He can't never be that mushy. You know why? He needs to have that strength. He needs to be able. We need to be like as one. Like for instance, he's the leader. I'm already a strong vessel, so I gotta have a strong man. If he's weak, I'm gonna run over him. Right. So I need him to be strong. I need to bounce off of him. I need to learn from him. I don't know everything. You feel me? He don't know everything, but I want him to be that vessel to handle all situations, no matter what it looks like. And what I mean by that, he may not have the answers. He may come to me with an answer, but I want him to be strong in himself. He don't feel like he's a weak man. He don't need another man. Like he ain't got to call up Bobby to ask Bobby, what you think about me, what's going on over here with me and Mimi? Like he don't need his mama to tell us. He don't need his cousin to tell us. He don't need to sit with the homies at the barber shop and tell them niggas, and them niggas tell him what to do at my house. No, don't come tell me what they said. They ain't even got a house. Okay? So you got to talk to the right people. You feel me?
Hey, thank you, KTB. Thank you. We appreciate it. I don't know anything about the brother's relationship. I don't know anything about salt of the earth. It
He
says
sacrificed his career for a woman. Now, the same woman is leaving him. Lesson: a man will push his happiness aside for his woman, but a woman will push her man aside for her happiness. I don't agree with that.
I want to know if I want to see who really agrees with that.
I want to know who.
You better tell me your thoughts. I want to know.
I want to know who.
You better tell me your thoughts. No, that's an interesting. Who agrees with that? A man will push his happiness aside for his woman, but a woman will push her man aside for her happiness. Truemonger says women do that.
Wow. What?
LOL, I wish we could call in for real. You do know we can bring in.
I guess woman Skype.
You do know we can bring in people from the chat, by the way. Y'all know that, right? Yeah. I didn't think y'all knew that. We got the technology here to bring y'all on. I want to know. You better tell me your thoughts. Lloyd Jefferson, thank you. I mean, Lloyd Hinton, thank you.
Lila Lloyd.
Is that true?
I don't.
Men throw their happiness.
Historically speaking, this is false, because a lot of women were smart and educated, and they did not pursue it in order to stay home and take care of the family before the whole feminist movement and all that kind of stuff. Now, if you're talking about nowadays, maybe that's more pliable nowadays. But historically speaking, women have been the ones that have not been the ones that have pursued their hopes and dreams in order to keep the family unit together.
So let me be clear. You're going to use the whole historical piece. Thank you.
You want to know?
K. Rush. Thank you, Rusan. Thank you. We appreciate it. So you want to use the whole historical piece to just roundabout way say yes for today, but no for yesterday. So you can say yes and no.
What?
You use the history to validate how that wasn't the case back in the day. And now you're saying, but that may be the case today. Dana Dorsey, thank you.
What just happened?
Which is basically a yes and a no. You said no for back in the day and yes for today. How are you confused in what you said?
I'm not saying yes for today. I said that that was a very, very, I mean, back in the day or whatever, that was just plain fact. But even though you had women that they wanted to be homemakers and stuff like that, as far as things are concerned, now I think that it's different because a lot of girls in my generation or whatever, I was saying they had kids young. So a lot of them, they kept their body up and everything like that. So now they're in a position where I'm going to pursue my happiness or whatever. My kids is grown. They almost out of the house. I'm finna do me. And that's what society around my age is what's going on right now.
So
and a lot of those women don't give a fuck.
Right now. Okay. And a no for the past.
I think it's still more, I'm a side on the thing of the woman, but at the same time, you're right. A lot of women now, it's just like, it's about me. It's about what are the guys gonna do for me now. It's like, it's very, a lot of women today is narcissistic, especially once they spend their money on their BBLs.
Okay. So, anyway. All right, the question. The next one. What is your definition of a dude you call sucker? This goes to everyone. Let's start with you, Rise.
I just say anybody that get played for the second time. Get me once, shame on you. Get me twice, shame on me, motherfucker.
I know that's right. What was your last sucker experience?
Never.
Oh, somebody has tried to betray.
No, they try every day. And fail.
Oh, a lot of niggas pussy. So shit, you didn't run into
Yeah,
some
well,
suckers.
I know.
Yeah, I got IOUs across the U.S.
Them was suckers.
Some of them were very kind, wholesome young men.
Allegedly.
Honestly, I think a sucker is like really somebody that is mainly controlled by something visual, by a person, by an image, by a thought, by something that they imagine, and they're just not in reality, and they're only solely fixated on something lustful and sexual and something that can advance them in a physical way. You can't. That's not what life is about. Like life is spiritual and mental. We gotta think this thing out. We can't fuck it away. We gotta,
they'll try.
So I think a sucker is somebody who uses sex like as a crutch, like they need
as leverage.
They cannot work without it, and they get compromised because of it. That's
okay. What's a sucker to you? They can be male or female. Some kids act like suckers. I hate to see your ass in 20 years, you little bastard. But go ahead.
No, it's different forms of suckers too, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like,
what was your last suckerish experience? When somebody tried to think you was a sucker, or you had to let them know they was a sucker?
Uh-oh.
Shit just got real.
Little chick just didn't know how to ask how to get a bill paid, and she just went about it thinking that I was a sucker to do it. You know what I mean?
She was like, "Are you gonna pay my bills?"
She just didn't know how to ask. You know
my light's about to get cut off.
Right.
My light's about to get cut off.
About that, you know what I mean? When that's like already given, and it's like, are you trying to give it away? Like, just be upfront about it. So trying to be led on, but she knew I like desserts. So right, so she right.
Peach cobbler.
No, she wasn't making a motherfucking thing. She just knew. She just knew the spots. Of like, I know this nigga got a couple. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm at this place. Yeah,
this nigga got a sweet tooth.
Yeah, I'm over here. I'm at Sprinkles.
So she played to your ego.
This nigga on the way. Let me put a peppermint in my pussy.
No. But yeah, you know, because that's how we had. You know, she's my friend, but at the same time, you know, she knew I like desserts and shit. So she didn't know how to ask. Right, she was trying to bribe me to get a
instead of just saying, "Can you help me?"
Correct. Just cut the chase.
My phone won't cut off tomorrow, nigga.
Cheesecakes is $11. Cupcakes is $12. Huh?
Do men like that better? Do men?
Right, you can just have that. Correct. So she thought I was a sucker, but I'm seasoned and been around the world twice.
But what do you like better as a man?
Let me ask the chat room.
I like as far as the chase or whatever.
Like no, I'm saying, would you rather a woman tell you straight up, "Yo, I need you to pay this light bill, gas bill, whatever," or do you like her to play the game?
No, don't
like,
play the
game.
But that's what he's saying. She was playing the game.
But again, she played on something that I like. She was
she was supposed to do that, but she should have just asked you straight out.
Exactly.
But let me ask the chat room. Okay, it's 600 people watching right now.
Hey, shout out to y'all. God bless y'all.
If you've been treated like a sucker, tell us what they did to you. I don't care if it was a kid, a grown-up, a camel. Let us know how they tried to sucker you and what you did to counteract it. If you don't feel like typing that much, just say, "I've been played." Okay, because niggas gonna have a whole paragraph. Just say, "I've been played," and stop them. Let us know in the chat. I don't care what you say in the chat. Just say something. If you guys want a super chat, it's a little heart thing, and it's got a little money sign in it. Send me $1 or $2. Let me know you appreciate it.
Like and subscribe.
All right, like, share, and subscribe right now while we on air. All right, Tony Taylor. What was your last sucker experience? I haven't forgot about you.
Last sucker experience. You know what? I haven't had. It's been quite a while. But look, you know, I work.
Tony looked like she got that look like, don't play with me, motherfucker.
Right. I got a I work at a senior center, and sometimes these seniors be trying to sucker you, right? So there was this one chick. She was a bitch. Anyway, look, I hate to say that about an old lady, but it is true. And so literally, we had an event. Everybody was a fee for the event. She was the only bitch that didn't pay, right? So she came. She came in, and we had a lunch, and she had like 2 and 3 seconds, right? She trying to kiss ass. Oh, the food's so good. Da, da, da. So I'm looking at the list. I see she ain't paid on the list. So one of the other staff had said, "Hey," I said, "Did she pay?" She said, "No, don't say nothing. Don't say nothing to her." I said, "What you mean the fuck? Don't say nothing to her." "Oh, you know how she is. She, she."
Fuck her.
I said, "What? She like a fucking bully?" I said, "Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna say some shit. I'm the director. Excuse me, bitch. You didn't pay." She's like, she was all offended and said, "Oh, I didn't think you guys take checks." What? We take checks.
We take checks, MasterCard,
and I said, and
Zelle.
you not paying. You trying to insult my intelligence. That like I'm
Old
not gonna,
people will
that
play
I'm
you
not
if you
gonna say
let.
nothing. I said, you know, like everybody else, everybody paid but you. Who the fuck you think you are?
Old
So don't
people
be
try to
sucker.
play you for a sucker.
But I'm telling you, she was one of those, like, you could tell bullies in high school. Not very attractive, looked like a witch, not attractive at all. But, kind of a big lady. No, don't come up in here
I'd
thinking
love
that
to
you-
ask old people,
She-
like,
she-
were
she
you
thought
a
I was a
slut in
sucker.
your past
She
life?
thought I was a sucker. But
Because they be acting brand new when you go to old. Because I deal with mental health patients.
Yes.
I deal with elderly patients. That's my job. I deal with people until I make it in this shit.
Yeah.
So I be wanting to ask them, why you acting all uppity when you got 3 baby daddies, bitch?
Well,
you
yeah.
know, because I see your past life, oh ho.
And
they
Think
love
about
to be
it. She
judged.
got 3 baby daddies. That mean her coochie got wet
Bruh.
3 times. Y'all hate me.
Men will come over.
Oh my God!
Look,
Just 'cause your
guys.
coochie got wet one time, you got one son.
Men
Oh
will
my
come over your
God.
house
Niggas
thinking
gonna
they're
hate.
going to get some, and then they don't, and get upset. Okay?
And let me just be honest, man. A lot of niggas just gotta understand. I understand, man. Pussy is amazing, and pussy is fantastic. But you gotta be able to say, "Fuck your pussy," literally
Or fuck the pussy.
and figuratively. Listen, we're living in a time now where women know you sherbet over pussy. They know
I can spell the Baskin
you
Robbins.
peanut butter over pussy. They know it. They know you are soft serve yogurt over pussy. You got to get to a point, fuck your pussy. Listen, man, I'm the type of nigga, man. If I find somebody, I'll be like, oh man, I really like this girl. I want to tap in. I'm not the type of dude that wants a bunch of women. But make no mistake, a bunch of women want to fuck with me.
Hey.
And the bottom line is, I keep trying to say, it ain't your pussy that makes you special. It's your spirit. It's how much healing you've actually done. It's a lot of motherfuckers out there on this spiritual narcissism. That's going to be a show this week. Spiritual narcissism.
Yeah.
On the Voice of Reason. It's a lot of women out there on some spiritual narcissism because they can't separate the toxicity of the world in which they live and the spirituality that they think they own.
On here today on Carmen Barton, Can You Hear Me Now, is my point of view. This is my point of view. This is how I feel about it. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to like it, but this is how I feel about it. And I am a woman. But and right now is an era of a women. We got all these equal rights and women's rights and bitches marching and all of this shit, and we want equal pay. We want to be able to be treated like this. We got this racist, sexist pig in office leading our nation. Yep. And, it's all about, the rise of the woman. And I'm a woman, and I want to rise. I do. I want to rise. I want equal pay. I want to be treated equally, but I will not sit back and not acknowledge that all this equal woman, equal rights, year of the woman is fueling toxic women, because just like they're bad men, just like they're racist men, they're bad women. They're toxic women. And all they doing, instead of joining in the fight and uplifting women, they're using this to tear down men. See, the thing about it is that a woman of any race will fuck with a black man. A woman of any race will lay down with a black man and reproduce with a black man, but these bitches won't lift a black man up when they being torn down. And that's my problem. And that's where I come in. Yeah, I got a daughter, but I got 2 sons. So, you know, when I look at situations like Chris Brown, you know, which, you know, I think he's doing an amazing job of outliving the unfortunate things that he went through in his past with the, you know, with the altercation with Rihanna. He's bounced back from that, and you're able to do that when you have talent. You know what I'm saying? When you have talent, people will overlook so much shit when you have talent, and you know. But when the situation first came out, it was years ago. I was still living in St. Louis when it happened, and you know, I just remember, you know, wondering what the fuck she did. You know what I'm saying? You know, like nobody ever trips off. You know, nobody ever want to try to look into the situation, and I think it's unfortunate that women are allowed to be emotional and have emotional breakdowns and call and make threats, and you know.
Also, they never get in trouble for making fake accusations.
Put up the Gilbert Arenas thing.
Okay, we're gonna put up.
Hey man, that's my friend, man. Don't diss that little nigga, man.
Hey, I fuck with Gilbert Arenas.
Don't diss that little boy because he don't know how to, you know.
Hey.
That's my friend, nigga.
Hey, he's a hooper.
Good dude.
What I like about Gilbert, he's a hooper and he's intelligent. And hold on, he L.A. He the Valley.
That he is. And
that's Southern California, man. But we got to talk about this shit now. Sarah.
Huh?
We waiting on you to deliver on your end.
I'm right here. Former NBA star Gilbert Arenas proposed to his girl with a $400,000 ring. Then, they broke up. 8 days later, they made up, and he faked a relationship with her for 4 months so he could switch the ring with a fake version. She sued him and lost. Back to you, Zoe and Grady.
Grady, what's your thought on this?
First of all, that's old.
It is.
Second of all, that's old. If we still talking about old content, then that's a fucking problem.
Oh, wait, hold on.
It's popular on social media.
It's the idea.
Right. Okay, so she got what she deserved. I know her. I know him.
That's what I'm about to say.
Yeah, I know both of
I'm
them.
about to say, since Grady killed the story, I'm about to say, good for him.
No, I'm cool. As long as she didn't win.
Listen.
Remember that kicked off, and then she ended up going viral when she smacked him in the face with the pie.
Let me say this. Let me tell you why this is a win-win. If you familiar with women because of the circle they run in, to me that indicates ran through. Like, wasn't she with somebody else after him, and then like. See, that's the LA culture, and maybe that's just the pretty girl culture. It ain't just LA.
Well, she not LA, she's the Bay.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why it ain't just LA. It's the pretty girl culture. It's pretty girl privilege. You see them in certain circles with certain dudes, and their faces become almost like the face of a celebrity.
And he gave her 4 kids, so it's different.
Oh, and then he gave her, well, damn.
3 or 4 kids. I mean, yeah, but, you know.
He gave her 4 kids?
Yeah, he got kids.
And did that? We getting a little bit more context.
No, but I'm saying he still went, okay, put it like this. Most girls that look like her are beggars. But the dudes like me will tell the bitch, you begging.
Wait.
I'm going to do it again.
Wait, tell me. Say that.
Every broad that go to the NBA All-Star game is doing what? They not there because they could dribble a ball, or they hoopers, or they fans of the team. Them bitches is down there to do what? To come up. Okay? So now, You carry your begging ass down there because you cute with you and your girls with the knockoff Gucci shit, and I'm trying to come up. Let me put some of this pretty pussy on you. You gonna go for it because I think most all athletes, if they can't really dance, they goofy, right? This is what the broad is saying. All these niggas goofy, not Grady words. I'm saying this how they act. Then they get down there and they come up, and then they come up for real. And then when they say, okay, all right, well, what you in the All-Star game to do? I ain't gonna say I'm looking for a husband. I'm like, me and my girls kicking it.
Let me help the young ladies out. And I understand what it is. I mean, Pretty has taken you pretty far.
To the
in
door.
life, right?
To the door.
No, for the most part, we in LA, we see it. And then, like I said, it's not just LA, it's wherever pretty women are. Pretty is like a vehicle.
Real shit.
It gonna get you wherever you need to go. Now, once you get there, that's something different. So I'm gonna give just a little bit of advice. A lot of pretty women think if I snag a dude that has quality, that's of means, all I gotta do is be cool, and then everything will work out. Let me just hip you. We need peaceful mind power. You can't just be cute like a stuffed animal or some shit. You know, you have to contribute something, right? Sometimes it's wisdom. Sometimes it's intellect.
Who?
Yeah, I'm talking about women.
Them bras don't want to hear that shit.
I'm trying to give them some game because I'm saying certain women think pretty is enough, right? Certain women think playing a pleaser role is enough because women have mastered faking how to please a man to get to a certain point. So listen, most men are goofy. So if a woman is pretty and she's pantomiming pleasing, hey, she can have whatever the fuck she wants.
So do you think that your message is right? It's fair. That's a dope message. But do you think the women want to hear from you? Now, what if you said your grandmama or your aunties or the women that's your counsel that's giving you the game, like, look here, whatever your name is.
Shaquanda Lisa.
No, give her a real name.
That's a real ass name.
Yeah, but we'll never say it. I ain't gonna say it on Zoe.
Orangella.
Let's say Angie. Look here, Angie.
Listen here, Angie.
Cut it out. You know damn well you don't like this boy. You know damn well you don't like him. You just know you can control him with the thought.
With the umami.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and Andre, no, he goofy. He's 6'7", bad knees in about 12 years. The jeans long than a motherfucker. He can't dress. They look at the nigga.
The jeans is long.
You know, all hooper niggas' jeans long than a motherfucker. Because they, you know.
Boy, you stupid.
Well, I'm real too. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm telling the truth too, right?
No, it's true, but.
Nigga wearing an 18 shoe.
Right.
Right? These niggas in here, instead of dudes being gorillas and barbarians with the women, Cro-Magnon days, Neanderthal, grab that bitch by her weave, drag her down the escalator, she'll do better.
God, what happened?
No, Sarah, don't interfere.
Okay.
I'm saying,
Don't interfere.
I'm saying, don't help them out. Don't. We don't do that. Don't help the hoes out. Right? You know how happy the women was back in the cartoon when the dude grabbed him out the motherfucking Cro-Magnon days, and she just sitting there dragging the fuck along on the motherfucking plane or the plateau, just doing what she doing. Got the
Are
kid.
you advocating domestic violence?
It's not domestic violence, bro. I didn't say beat her up.
You just said snatch her up.
I said barbarian first. I said grab her by the weave and pull her down the escalator, nigga.
That's domestic violence. And
To
then
you.
according to the law, it's actually kidnapping because you moved her
Fine.
against her will.
However you put it.
Then there's
However you put it. I'm a comic. I can say whatever the fuck I want. I can say whatever the fuck I want.
And then
But
claim you are
my
saying-
boy, wait.
Opinions expressed by Grady.
No, but look, all bullshit aside. These niggas know these bras really don't like them, man. They
Right.
know that.
Right.
Like, I'm up here shit talking. I'm not gonna tell you I'm an advocate of violence or I'm against it or whatever. Who gives a shit? I ain't gonna fuck with you no way.
Oh.
If I feel like you a problem anyway, so I ain't gonna have time to be cussing you the fuck out and making you do what I want you to do. Who cares? But these dudes be knowing,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Just like the one with the little boy that got picked up on the NFL draft, and the white girl was sitting there clapping and laughing.
But
and
Mama
the mama was
Boda.
hugging, like, hold on, little bitch. Hold on.
What'd she do?
Little bitch.
What'd she do?
Like
Yep.
this. He said, hey, oh my goodness. And mama like, hold on, little bitch. That's what's needed for these whores to not come up.
Hey, little bit.
Today's show is going to be amazing. We're going to be talking about toxic women in sports. And I'm not talking about no, the toxic women who are the athletes. I'm talking about how these toxic women are affecting the game. You know, they fucking up the game, and I don't like it. I don't like it. It's so many things that I want to touch on, and when you look at men getting in trouble with women in sports, there's no other sport that stands out other than football. I mean, we have a lot of other sports that have issues with women. You know, we have the notorious Mike Tyson rape. Mike Tyson was accused and charged and convicted of rape in his prime, in the prime of his career, and he served jail time. It's been made very famous by a lot of comedians who have joked about you know, these questionable allegations. I know comedian Honest John has one of my favorite bits about the rape. Like, what are you doing to come to a man's hotel room at 2 a.m.? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? But that was the situation. Chick came in for a booty call, and I don't know, maybe she thought he was gonna be nice when he took the pussy. I don't know what happened, but anyway, she accused him of rape. He was convicted. He served jail time. So it's not only football players who go through this drama. We also have the Kobe Bryant rape situation where Kobe was playing in Denver, Colorado, and his game against the Nuggets. I'm sure he won the game, and maybe he wanted to just release more than shots. He wanted to release different kind of shots after the game because he hooked up with the hotel clerk. And yeah, you didn't know this? My son, these millennials don't be knowing nothing about what's going on. He hooked up with the hotel clerk in Denver, and she was an ugly, stringy hair bitch. Like, she was like trash. And so he hooked up with her, and she came back saying that he raped her, and he was in and out of court. You know, it went to trial, and I just remember him talking about how he busted in her face, came in her face, and he was in court describing how he busted in her face and how that was his thing to bust in his face. And you know, his wife stood by him. He bought her a new ring, and you know, they still together and had more kids after the shit. And so, I mean, but this is something that happens. You know, women. You know, will target athletes. You know, more recently, Derrick Rose has some rape accusations. Really? You don't know nothing. Yeah, I mean, it was the more recent of a non-football player. You know, because you don't have, you know, we're gonna get into football, how it's so common with football players, and you know, but I'm just touching on the non-football players. And so Derrick Rose, you know, he was accused of rape. You know, it was a girl that he was dealing with. It wasn't a stranger or someone that he met in the hotel. He had an ongoing relationship with this woman. He bought her a laptop. They would frequently communicate via Skype. And Derrick wanted a threesome. He wanted her to fuck him and his boy.
Wow.
And she act like she wasn't down, but that bitch was down. Tried to make it seem like, you know, he took advantage of her and she was out of it and woke up and her booty hole was hurting and it was lube on the bed and condoms, and so she felt violated. But I believe that if he had been there with her, holding her in his arms the next morning, it might have had a different outcome. So she went and she accused him of rape and wanted all this money and shit. You know, I mean, I think it's unfortunate in society. I know that if I were ever raped, it wouldn't be about the money. You know, we're living in a society where instead of women wanting their rapist or the person who sexually assaulted them to be punished and jailed,
They just want money.
they just want money.
Like button. We're getting into our current events. First current event right now. Professional soccer player Achraf Hakimi set to get half of his wife's net worth after she filed for divorce. Now, what had happened was she tried to divorce him and then hit him with the give me half your give me half your stuff rule. Unbeknownst to her, all his stuff was in his mama name.
You lying.
He didn't own none of it.
Oh my God. Oh.
So now the old boomerang is in effect. Oh, so you wanted a divorce and you tried to break me? Damn. Trying to stick me for my paper. Damn. Someone trying to stick me for my paper. It was your woman. You chose a malicious, conniving, backbiting, 2.5 toes down charlatan to be your partner. Brothers, it's better to be alone than to be with somebody who is secretly plotting against you. His mama owned all his stuff.
But that's a lot of these men be getting women with all these fake body parts and want them to be real.
How you got a fake body part, but what?
No, they
Huh.
That's
That's
got
interesting.
silicone feelings.
Silicone feelings.
Feelings. Silicone feelings.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Feelings.
I bet the mama is laughing right now.
Hakeem mama owned all his assets. Hakimi is his name. Divorce. Hiba Abuk divorces Achraf Hakimi. Mother owns all of his assets. And here's a picture of his mama. Mama just is black. Hey, mama. Well, melanated. Are once again making headlines in the wake of their recently confirmed separation. The latest reports claiming that Abuak, I guess that's her name, will receive nothing from Hakimi's fortune and assets as everything is registered under the Moroccan footballer's mother's name. Nothing. Guess who the real woman in his life is? And maybe he was aware of who you were. Maybe he was just as selfish as you by having a arm candy trophy type of wife. Maybe he was like, okay, let me protect something because I know I'm engaging in something superficial. Let me protect my assets because I'm engaging in something that's superficial. Huh? Maybe he was aware of where he met her. Maybe he was aware of the circles she kept. Maybe he was aware of her girls and how they get down. Maybe he was paying attention. You live in a transactional society. Relationships are transactional. And most women can't unwrap their mind. Listen, I said unwrap. Most women cannot unwrap their mind from the entanglement that is the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama has us all as worshipers. So we'll lie, we'll fake it until we make it. We'll put our representative up. We'll act like we're interested because if somebody's got resources, that means they can save us from our problems. But don't you think it's unfair to ask your significant other to clean your plate of problems when you come into the relationship? This is a topic me and Tone Talks have been working on. Your plate should be clean when you walk into a relationship. Your plate should not be full with your problems with an expectation that your partner should clean your plate for you. It's not my responsibility to help your delinquent brother. It's not my responsibility to help your auntie. It's my discretion if I want to or not. It's my discretion. It should not be my obligation. Because the plate of problems that you come with are for your generational lineage to work out. I'm not supposed to come in and be the mediator of your generational lineage's problems. That's on you. Now, I could walk with you through your problem, like you not alone. I can Michael it with you. You are not alone. You are not alone. I am here with you. Yeah, Lord. Though you're far away, I am here to stay. And listen, it's not your responsibility to clean my plate of problems. We support each other through our cleaning of the problems. But and I'm saying, it's not a bad thing either. If a man has the means, if the family has the means to help each other clean each other's plate and they agree upon that, great. But it should not be an inflexible expectation that's sat on the table.
Pick up the problem.
You understand? So these motherfuckers coming into a relationship with a whole platter of problems. Like, hey, who ordered the child support and the jail sentence?
Well, it seemed like he opted for her mama's home cooking.
Nah, we not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Do you think he did it on his own, or did his mother? I'm curious to know. Did he do it?
Maybe he had a team. Maybe he had a team of financial advisors that probably stepped to him and is like, look, dog, do you recognize this is what a catch is predicated on? This is a professional soccer player. Soccer is probably the biggest sport in the world.
Yes, Lord.
So do you know biggest sport in the world. That's number one. Number two, the brother is a fairly handsome young man. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
All right, then. Okay. And he's probably making what? $100 million a year, something crazy?
Yep.
Or more?
That is a Armani head wrap.
So now guess what? Do you know there are women out there who will like him or be attracted to him even though they're not really? Let me tell you something. Money make motherfuckers attracted to you even if they don't like you. Mm-hmm. They don't vibe with you. You could be like, my preference is this. You saw what Tyrese's woman said about him with him sitting right there.
Oh, that's so sad.
The disdain, the disrespect. Oh, he jumped in my DMs and he said, well, he wasn't really my type. I really liked the Paul Walker, the dead dude, the white man. She said that while the brother's sitting right there. No class, no respect or at all. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, and he was like, I was really trying to get at her friend. She's not really my type. The double standard would be applied. They would be like, why is he, sister, you ain't got to be there to be mistreated. Would that not be the narrative, Sarah?
The guy in the DM say I'm pretty.
Tyrese is disrespectful. Tyrese is he's abusive. He's
emotional, yeah.
narcissistic. He's a gaslighter. They'll use all of these catchphrases.
Yeah.
If Tyrese would have did that.
But I'm glad she exposed herself.
She said it while she was rubbing his shoulders. So the point that I'm making is money will make a motherfucker like you even when they don't.
Cash sexuals.
Not even attracted to you. Not even vibing on you. And if you go for it, that's what makes you a simp.
Absolutely.
That relationship should have ended soon as I don't care how cute she is. Don't you know a lot of these thick girls have a future with diabetes?
Oh, my Lord. Sugar blood.
We watching a lot of girls trying to make sure they ass is fat. Trying to make sure, they get a little, I could be a little thicker. I'm trying to get a little bit thicker. Do you know diabetes waiting on you? Cupcaking. Hey, Cupcake. Do you know diabetes, the sugar is waiting on you?
A lot of sugar mamas.
A lot of little sugar mamas and sugar babies. Man, y'all better hit that super chat. It's Monday. Show your support. Hit the super chat. Everybody drop 2s and fews, 3s and 5s on the super chat. The super chat is the $ right below the chat. Please support. And I'm telling you, brother, if you got a super thick baddie, put a baby in her. She's going to be a super thick futon. Whew. Look at her genealogy. Is her mama thin? Or is she built like one of them little small brown refrigerators that used to be in the dorm room? Huh? Y'all remember them little brown?
Oh, my God.
Sometimes they were black. Sometimes it was like steel. Look, that had that little brushed steel look. Built like one of them little box refrigerators. You know what I'm talking about.
And the horrible thing about it is that the children that you're going to have with her are going to come out looking like she originally looked.
Before all of the enhancements.
Look
at a woman's ankles.
They're going to be BS before surgery.
We teaching lessons today. Look at a woman's ankles when she young.
My Lord.
If them ankles show any sign of stress, diabetes is racing towards her like Andromeda is racing towards the Milky Way. I'm telling you, if there is, sisters, look at a man's nails.
Yes.
If his nails are dirty, if he has nails, look at inside a man's ear. If the boy got that amber waves of grain wax in that ear canal, if that boy got wax, let me tell you something was even worse than wax.
Hard, man. We talking men and women today, and Shay, we got to get right to it, Shay. I think if people followed the directions in that song, we would be straight. You got to be honest. This is the problem between men and women. Men are not being honest, Shay.
Okay. All right.
We got to tell the truth, and the truth is we do not like y'all, okay?
JC's taking crazy accountability.
No, Shay, this is the truth now. This is the absolute truth. And if men would just be honest about how they really feel about women, I think we could be getting along so much better. Don't you agree?
You don't like us, but you need us.
Okay, how so?
Well, you have your life right there.
Okay,
off with a woman.
Give birth. This is important. This is the thing. We're going to say that this is a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Until they're saying in about 10 years, men are going to be able to give birth. Science is saying that in 10 years, men are going to be able to give birth. And when that happens, we really not going to need y'all, Shay. I mean, we really not. We really not.
This guy is putting funds behind.
I mean, if that's your only thing,
research.
why else? Why else do men need women? Please just make it make sense.
You gonna carry the baby? Would you do
No,
it?
no. Well, that's the whole thing. We obviously need your eggs, okay? But the men are gonna be able to carry the baby full term and then deliver it via C-section. This was in the news. Y'all not paying attention. Y'all not paying attention to the smart stuff. What y'all watching?
JC.
What are y'all paying attention to the news? Ukraine? What? Aliens? No, this is the real shit. Men are going to be able to give birth without women, and then I'm just trying to say, what are we going to need you for once that happens?
Dear Lord, please take my life. I don't even wish death on my life, but when that time comes, I don't need to be here on this. You're right. I don't need to be here on this earth anymore when that time comes. I'd rather not see this.
Now, Shay, look at how you just gave up on the fight. This is why men are better. You just giving up on a fight. You're not even going to try to fight for the importance of women and what y'all even bring to the table.
No,
I mean,
that's not me
this
not
doesn't
fighting.
even look
That's
fair.
just me understanding what you're saying.
Okay.
I don't understand it.
But you don't.
I don't understand. But I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you express that. 'Cause
Why do you
that's your
think
belief.
men and women are having so many problems? And am I making this up? Have you seen, like, from YouTube to the
Yeah.
news? It's like from Red Pill podcast to Blue Pill. It's just like it seems to be this really strained relationship
Yeah.
between men and women in 2023. I'm not making this up,
No, you're
right?
not.
What do you think? Who do you think is to blame for this?
Of course, I'm gonna think you're the op.
You're gonna think I'm the
You're
op.
the op. But I mean, like, we be really on our fuck shit too.
Women be on their fuck shit too.
Yeah. We slicker than y'all.
Okay. Now speak to this.
We were born with finesse. That's
Okay.
what comes in the XX chromosome is finesse.
So essentially what you're saying is you cheat more creatively than us.
Listen,
That's the point you're making.
I didn't use those choice words. I just said we finesse. We know how to finagle and
Would you say that women
bring life into the earth, literally.
You bring life to the earth? Would you say that women are natural manipulators?
Oh, natural persuaders, I would actually
Persuaders.
say. Yes.
Okay. All right. I would say manipulators. Like, women are really good at manipulating. I mean, I have to be honest. Now that might make that you're like emotionally more intelligent than men, but I think that it does potentially mean that men are more good-hearted than women.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I know we got guests who are going to speak to the contrary to Shay, but I got to really get to the bottom of this. And guys, listen, the only reason I feel this way about women is because when I was growing up, my mother did not like women. Okay, I remember growing up and my mother would kind of like, this heifer, this bitch, and she would constantly be bad talking about heifers and bitches, and it made me, of course I was still, very like a gentlemanly, like to women. I grew up being a very gentleman, but I see right through y'all.
Was she cool with her? Was she cool with your grandma?
Was my mother cool with the grandmother? And when my grandmother was dying, they were cool. But for the most part, like my mother really, she got at hoes, bro. She really got at hoes. And I see it in myself. I'm like, I just don't even have the patience like for the bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
This is in you, not on you.
It's not, but I don't hate women. I just really look at women from a fair perspective. Usually men protect your feelings because they want to fuck you and they want to, have a relationship with you and please you. I don't give a fuck about none of these things. I mean, I can take it or leave it. I'm like,
you don't hate, you just don't.
Don't see why we shouldn't treat y'all equally. Like you've been fighting for equal treatment for the past how many generations, years?
Listen,
and like I like to treat women just like men.
Listen, I'm not fighting nothing. That's individual fight.
No?
Yeah.
Are you a feminist?
I wouldn't subscribe to those terms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Would you say that what is men's role in this fight, would you say?
Creating life, protecting life, going out, getting the kill, bringing it back to the crib, protecting the fortress.
You sound
providing would be amazing.
This is like
we in the trenches, we in the jungle.
Okay. All right,
Go
Shay.
go and get it, bring it back.
I want to give a couple shout outs, man. Let's start out with shout out our DJ. DJ's back, man. Woo. DJ Sean in the motherfucking house. DJ Sean. How we living, my brother? How are we living, man? I want to just see Sean on the feed. What's up with Sean, man? He's back. Yeah, he gonna be spinning. That's what I'm talking about. That's what yeah, there we Yo, DJ, what are we gonna be hearing tonight? What's the vibe like, man? How you feeling, bro? Okay, that's what's up. DJ Sean, any thoughts on our topic today? What's going on between men and women, Sean? Can you speak to it? Come on, Sean. Can you tell the kid what's going on between men and women, Sean?
It's controversial. Like what they say, men are from Venus, women are from Mars.
Yeah. Right.
And you know, really be serious. If you take the time, you sit down, you listen, you work it out. You know, you'll figure out what's going on with everybody. But when you got the controversy going on, you know, you got to be ready for a real relationship.
Right.
You're gonna continuously find issues, problems, and controversy. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Okay. Damn. One time for DJ Sean. I fucks with it. Are you? That's the thing. You know, like people getting into relationships and they're not ready. I would say, Shay, would you say that women want to be in relationships more than men? Is that a lie or no?
Yeah. I don't know if I could say that because I feel like that might possibly be an equal.
You think men want to be in relationships as bad as women?
Some
we capping today. I think is that what we finna do? We gonna cap all show, huh? You really think men want to be in relationships as bad as women? Do you really truly believe that?
As bad as women. Okay. All right. I could probably give you this, but I do feel like there's a large amount of men who do want a relationship.
That's a fact. They want to be happy though, right?
This is fact. Everybody
and I
wants
think
to be
men want to be women want to be in relationships. Men want to be happy. Okay. And I think sometimes the issue, and Shay, I could be wrong, is that your idea of a relationship is like what? Like just a monogamous, building a house, white picket fence type of like that. Is that what women want? Like, what do women want? I mean, a big dick. Hold on, wait. I got to throw big dick in there because that's like a big thing now. Women want big dick. They want money. And they want like to build a house with a white picket fence. Like, what do y'all want?
It's all an individual thing. I don't.
What do you want?
We just want.
No, you.
Me?
What does Shay want?
Listen, I just want to reach the zenith and get to where the Most High wants me and my significant other to be. You know, whether that be financially. You know, Lord, please bless me.
Shay, you speaking in parables today. I don't know what this is straight out the Bible. What you
No
saying?
way. You want me to say I want to get to the bag?
No. Okay, so you're saying you want a spiritual union with the man?
I would like a nice business understanding that we are both shooting for wealth and health.
Okay.
Yeah. I want someone like mentally vibrating and spiritually vibrating high, and that will reflect in finances or physical appearance or.
And so with the age of Aquarius, it's about the combination of the masculine energy and the combination of the feminine energy. It's not about this isolation, dominance, one sex is inferior than the other one. Who created that doctrine? I'm about to talk about that in a second. But let's get more on the positive aspect of receiving, fluid, flexible, allowing, empathetic, vulnerable. Do you know that a tree can't grow unless it's vulnerable? If a tree is all like this and all looking over its shoulder and unsafe, a tree can't allow the nutrients to come in. It's the same thing with a human being. We walking around with all tightness and not looking over our shoulder because we're not trusting that something has our back and that the universe takes care of us. We live under the ideology that the universe has something against us, that this world has something against us. Whose ideology is that? That's Satan's ideology. Because what time is it? Oh, time is on our side. Yes, it is. It's the age of Aquarius, where we combine the masculine and the feminine. Yes, the masculine must be protective, must be focused. Oh no, projective. Must be achieving, planning, confident, goal-oriented, driven. I threw in that protection. Because if you know anything about the chakras and the first and second chakras, the first one is dealing with survival mode. And then before we get to the creative mode where all the energy is located right here, you've got to get over the survival mindset. Creativity and survival cannot exist in the same body at the same time. It's a binary choice. It's either one or the other. If you're constantly in fear, if you're constantly paranoid, or if you're constantly looking over your shoulder, if you're constantly not feeling safe, then you can't create. And the feminine energy is the only energy that creates versus masculine. Feminine is all about creativity. So let's talk about the imbalances you get when we just think one hemisphere or the other. Let's create a full frame so we can fully see that. Okay, if you're imbalanced in the masculine energy, you're aggressive, you're confrontational, you're controlling, you're micromanaging, you're competitive. Oh my God. How many people do we know that live like that? And how many people are men that live like that? How many people are women that are assuming the masculine energy and trying to control or trying to be the leader or trying to dictate your life? Dictator. How many do we see in our lives that represent the imbalance of masculine energy? Isn't that what the whole misogyny mindset is all about? The controlling? The like you're a second-class citizen because I'm I'm the superior sex, therefore you must listen and be submissive to me? Oh, we're going to get to that in a second because we got to show where do we get that submissiveness from? Because it's all about cooperation. It's all about 1 + 1. I'm 100% of myself as a masculine. You're 100% of yourself as a feminine. We come together and we create something new, something spectacular. That's what the society is afraid of. They don't want us combining 1 and 1, one whole, to another one whole. When you get more than 1 + 1 is 2, you get a completely different being. Well, let's talk about the imbalances of the feminine side. Oh, my God. Powerless, manipulative, needy, oversensitive, and codependent. Debbie Downer and Valerie Victim. Oh, my God. How many times do we see that in the feminine energy? Who receives energy by people feeling a little bit more empathy and sorry for them. Thereby, they allow them to get away with stuff that they wouldn't allow another person to do because they don't want to disrupt their emotional well-being. How many people have to adjust to that mindset? So we can be. Can we agree that none of us wants the imbalance between the positive? Oh, excuse me. I don't mean the positive and the negative, or do I? I mean the masculine and the feminine. And let's not look at the positive and negative like the word, oh, yeah, the positive is good things while the negative is bad things. I'm sorry. How many of us has cars in the morning? How many of us start our cars in the morning? How many of us use the positive and the negative to churn that starter and then get that alternator moving? So now the alternator is the energy source that's carrying the car. How many of us need that ignition? Do we complain about the positive? Do we complain about the negative? No, we don't. So those are witchcraft, sorcery, spelling words that create the mindset that one is better than the other. When you need both to start the car. And so if you consider masculine positive and feminine negative, and you just take out the biased opinion about it, what do we get? We get two energy sources that creates the power for you to drive your car. I wonder what happened if we create two energy sources, the masculine and the feminine, and the male and the female, what would happen? This is what true honesty and curiosity minds want to know. So yeah, I think both sexes can say they don't want to deal with this imbalance. Once again, I'm mad as hell and I'm sick of this shit.
See, nobody wants, this is relational accountability. This is spiritual accountability. If I don't fix it with my mama, how is my man going to fix or fill that hole? How is my man going to fill the hole that me and my mama created?
Right. He cannot. He can't.
Or, here we go. Me and my daddy ain't talked in years. I'm still mad at my father. How is your man going to fill the hole that your father created?
He cannot. He cannot.
Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely. Total sense.
To ask your significant other to clean your plate of problems when you come into the relationship? This is a topic me and Tone Talks have been working on. Your plate should be clean when you walk into a relationship. Your plate should not be full with your problems with an expectation that your partner should clean your plate for you. It's not my responsibility to help your delinquent brother. It's not my responsibility to help your auntie. It's my discretion if I want to or not. It's my discretion. It should not be my obligation. Because the plate of problems that you come with are for your generational lineage to work out. I'm not supposed to come in and be the mediator of your generational lineage's problems. That's on you. Now, I can walk with you through your problem like you're not alone. I can Michael it with you. You are not alone. You are not alone. I am here with you. Though you're far away, I am here to stay. And listen, it's not your responsibility to clean my plate of problems. We support each other through our cleaning of the problems. But and I'm saying, it's not a bad thing either. If a man has the means, if the family has the means to help each other clean each other's plate, and they agree upon that, great. But it should not be an inflexible expectation that's sat on the table. You understand? So these motherfuckers coming into a relationship with a whole platter of problems. Like, hey, who ordered the child support and the jail sentence?
It seemed like he opted for her mama's home cooking.
So long by Your Highness, and that's about relationships as well, you know. She been down with her man. That's a true story right there. She been down with her man for so long. I mean, it's a little fantasy as well because, you know, she broke him out of prison, whatever. But in reality, her real man has actually been in prison for over 33 years, and for a crime that he didn't commit, didn't even do. But it so happened he was with the person who did the crime, not knowing that the person he was with was going to do that crime. Just happened to go pick his homeboy up. You know, homeboy go to the store. He's sitting in the ride, I guess. You know, like, what's taking this motherfucker so long? So he go outside. Go into the store to say, what's going on? My man and shot somebody in the store, you know? And so they grabbed him for attempt murder because the guy didn't die, but it was attempted murder. So he in the slammer. So the guy that did the shooting, said that my boy, he didn't told them he ain't had nothing to do with it. He don't know. He never knew nothing about this, whatever. But you know how society go, the system go. They don't care nothing about that. All they care about, we got 2 for the price of 1 right now. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 Negroes for the price of 1. That's how they looked at it. Because they know they're going to get a bag off of him being locked up for so long. They're going to get a bag off of that, just that one body alone. That's why they don't mind locking up all of our men in the penal system. Because they're getting a bag off of their heads, each one of them. You know, Diddy. You know what I'm saying? So I suggest you women that love your men, love your men. That's why I say at the end of my shows all the time about relationships, about husband and wives, you know, and your families. This shit is important because we losing too many of our young black kings, queens, young black kings, rather, I should say, and warriors and soldiers to this penal system, as well as in the Latin community as well. They're losing a lot over nothing. We out here doing, like, nothing. All the street shit or whatever, that shit is like, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? That shit is nothing. You know, getting all these stripes or whatever for what? To go to prison. And then you still got some decent men that's going to prison for nothing, just out here hustling and taking care of their families, but they get caught up in the system where we don't bring none of that, those heavy drugs, whatever. We don't bring that to the country. How can we? We don't got that. We don't got that power. Somebody getting that shit here, right? But yet, we going to the joint for it. In mass numbers, mass amounts. Don't get me wrong, we fall victim to it because you don't have to. But if you're not living this skin color, you don't know what it is. You know, you got people that graduated from college, whatever, they out here hustling. They done went to jail or, you know, not working for what they went to school for. So I can go on and on. But we have to love each other in the relationships.
Love Krishnamurti. I don't know why you guys aren't reading Krishnamurti. I've been talking about him for years. If you love Bruce Lee, you gotta love Krishnamurti. Bruce Lee created his whole Jeet Kune Do philosophy from Krishnamurti's philosophy. There is a book that you should get by Krishnamurti. I think it's called The First 100 Years, right? I think that's what it's called. The First 100 Years. Krishnamurti. Right? I like to look it up myself too. Right?
100 years.
100 years? Okay, yes. 100 years, Krishnamurti. In this book, they put Bruce Lee's philosophy and Krishnamurti's philosophy side by side. And Bruce Lee took Krishnamurti's philosophy and made it the philosophy of Jeet Kune Do. Remember, martial arts used to be a dance to the death, right? And then when it moved to the Far East, you know, martial arts was created by a brother. But when it was moved to the East, they attached a philosophy to it. Right? And then it became a more meditative practice, right? Bruce Lee used Krishnamurti to be the philosophy for his Jeet Kune Do martial art, which many believed at the time and still now that Jeet Kune Do was one of the most, if not the most advanced system of martial arts and was really the precursor to what we see today as MMA, mixed martial arts. Bruce, you know, he went to the University of Washington. He loved philosophy. And Krishnamurti was one of his favorite philosophers, as he is mine. Krishnamurti says something about fear. Fear is always in relation to something. It does not exist by itself. There is fear of what happened yesterday in relation to the possibility of its repetition tomorrow. There is always a fixed point from which relationships take place. Listen, that ain't y'all. I don't want to go through what I went through before.
So now fear, as I stated in the relationship dismount, has been elevated to an advisory role in your spirit. You got to consult yesterday and what happened then. How do we avoid that shit happening again, Sarah? Do the voice of your fear. Sarah, listen, the plan is we're going to get what we want, but we're not going to feel what we felt before. You understand? See, the last time we got some of what we want, not all of it, and then we felt some shit we didn't want to feel. So this is what we're going to do. We're going to start vetting niggas out based on what we want minus what we felt before. Do you see how fear gets elevated? Now,
if at first you don't succeed, fear and fear again.
No. So now, how does it get elevated? It gets elevated through ideas and concepts. One idea and one concept is trust. I need to be able to trust you. I done said it before. How can you trust a work in progress? How can you trust an idea? The person is a work in progress, but the idea is static. Here's the idea, but I'm over here a work in progress, right? I made a commitment to do and be some shit at this stage of my development. 6 months later, this idea might be incongruent with who I am now. But because I promised that I would be this, you gonna hold me, do you see what I'm saying? To what I said I was gonna do. How do you lose sight that not only is your partner a work in progress, but you are too? How do you lose sight of that? Why is it that we sometimes miss the point that, nigga, we are being used?
Okay, because that's what.
Like, based on our ignorance of things, right? Listen, look, everything you're doing is to fit in.
Come on, man.
Right? Everything they're doing is to lubricate your resistance so you can fit in.
Easily.
See, this ain't about being smart. This ain't about being intelligent.
It's about being lubricated.
See, because what they do, exactly, social lubrication.
Lubricated.
Get your bitch ass into place.
Wow.
Okay?
You must be moist.
Now, I heard y'all talking about the language. Krishnamurti said it great. He said, we don't use language. Language uses us. A PR person is using language to manipulate you.
Wow. Yes.
You know why? Let's put it all together. Grammar, language, diction, tone,
Yeah, man.
understanding, comprehension. Then there's nuance. Which is middle ground. You got really dumb motherfuckers who think in either or, black or white. Do you know how easy it is to manipulate a nigga like that? Let me go just use your talking points because you're imbalanced in perception.
That's why you're called the fickle crowd.
Krishnamurti. Language, we don't use language. Language uses us. Do you see? That's why a PR person is important. That's why a politician knows exactly how to speak to his constituents.
Spin.
Do you understand? That's what spin is. Most niggas don't think conceptually with nuance.
No.
Most niggas think it's either this or that. And this is why you can be programmed in this society to do whatever the fuck you need to do.
And that's why politicians, they learn things in school, something called rhetoric. To speak rhetorically is just, they learn it, just to say a gang of shit without saying shit. Because again, grammar, the etymology of grammar means the magical enchantment of words.
Now, see?
It literally means that. Grammar means the magical enchantment of words. It comes back from the witchery days, from grimoire,
Yeah.
which is a witch's magical book where they do spells. They create spells.
And where they get the spells from, see? Because again, the magical words of history, right?
His story.
His story.
A strong man can be soft with you in the bedroom and soft with you in the ways with you, right? But if it's time for him to be a man, he's that man. So we're together. There's a business decision to be made, something that he has to delegate.
Leadership.
Leadership. There's an altercation occurring. He doesn't look like, oh my gosh, he knows how to talk to a person,
So,
right?
now
And make this thing go smoothly.
Mimi is defining this shit really nicely. So, soft, because you know there's a connotation and a denotation.
Right.
The denotation of soft in American culture is that nigga's a pussy. That
Right.
nigga's a bitch.
Right.
But the way you're contextualizing soft might be he's gentle.
Right. Okay, so I don't want him to ever be a bitch.
Here we go. Keep
Okay,
going.
my man ain't gonna ever be no bitches. There ain't no bitches in the sentence because now
So you
if that's
want a gentleman
yes.
who can shift in between.
Right, but never to be mushy and soft. You know what I'm saying? He can't never be that mushy. You know why? He needs to have that strength. He needs to be able. We need to be like as one. Like for instance, he's the leader. I'm already a strong vessel, so I gotta have a strong man. If he's weak, I'm gonna run over him. Right? So I need him to be strong. I need to bounce off of him. I need to learn from him. I don't know everything. You feel me? He don't know everything, but I want him to be that vessel to handle all situations, no matter what it looks like. And what I mean by that, he may not have the answers. He may come to me with an answer, but I want him to be strong in himself. He don't feel like he's a weak man. He don't need another man. Like he ain't got to call up Bobby to ask Bobby, what you think about what's going on over here with me and Mimi? Like he don't need his mama to tell us. He don't need his cousin to tell us. He don't need to sit with the homies at the barber shop and tell them niggas, and them niggas tell him what to do at my house. No, don't come tell me what they said. They ain't even got a house. Okay? So you got to talk to the right people. You feel me?
Studied many things and have covered many topics in the sojourn of the Zowood Morning Show since 2012. Yes, we have revealed a great many truths to you. Yes. Now, let me tell you something very deep. It was Dr. Tommy Curry who talked about toxic masculinity coming from an imbalanced household where a little boy mimics a mother figure. I came with the word fembicil.
I love it. Use it.
A man who gossips and is petty and acts like a woman, who has the conflict resolution skills of an unevolved woman.
Yeah. Some uninvolved, bitter broad.
Of an imbalanced woman. That doesn't mean, and see, we have to be very careful how we select our words. There are some very powerfully balanced women. There are some very powerfully rooted and spiritually rooted women. We're not talking about those. A hurt mama raising a hurt child is what we're talking about. A hurt mama raising a hurt child will produce a fembicilic boy.
Okay, I'm going to get in the car. I don't even understand.
Do you understand?
That's it.
Will produce a fembicil in the form of a boy.
Now listen to me. You to say something doper than that.
Now listen, here it comes. The thing that makes most men pussy is that their trauma is still a virgin. See, you gotta bust your traumas cherry. You think you can heal by busting cherries out here? Fucking women?
Oh, there you go.
See, you got to bust your traumas cherry. Your trauma is still a virgin.
Come on now.
And that's what makes you pussy.
There you go.
See?
Okay.
You see?
Yeah, there you go.
That's what makes you pussy.
Until you bust your traumas, Cherry, you ain't gonna truly be ready to fuck the shit out of your purpose, which is really what your woman wants to be in a threesome in with you.
Do you understand?
Better fuck your.
How you gonna be a man and all you do to get ahead is conform? You want me to keep going? I got him. You want me to keep going, Jeff? How you gonna be a real man and all you do to get ahead?
So you just gonna take my challenge then? Huh?
Is bend the knee and conform and capitulate and do all this whole shit. How you gonna be a real man? How's she really gonna be turned on? How's the pussy gonna get wet when you don't take no risks and come home the victor of those risks?
Ever.
Let me tell you something about
Or
dating.
come home in failure, sit down with her and learn.
Ooh.
How she gonna ever respect you and you don't never take her word for shit?
Come on,
Why
man.
you with a woman that you can't take her word for shit? If you can't take your woman's word, you're fucking doomed.
Come on,
One
man.
of you ain't shit, or both of you ain't shit.
Come
if
on,
you
man.
can't come home with that failure and go, God damn it, baby, I tried it this way, and I tried it that way, and I did this, and God damn it, I'm sitting here, and tears start to run down your face, and she go, baby, it's all right. Here's what I think.
So let me just say it one more time. This content doesn't deserve support. This super chat shouldn't be ringing off the motherfucking hook right now. We still stuck on one. I just checked. We stuck on one. Listen, this show has been on for 107 minutes. We struggling to get to 10. We stuck on one. If everybody would go to the Shrouded Lighthouse right now, go to the shroudedlighthouse.com right now and support this new book that's really talking about everything I'm talking about right now in much more greater detail. Can y'all support my book? Can you get behind my book? Can you get behind my work? TheShroudedLighthouse.com. Go there right now. Do it right now. Support Total Package Energy right now. Support X-Wolf right now. Support all the black-owned businesses that we put in front of you. The CMOSBusiness.com. The Hurricane Report. Support X-Labs and all of the stuff that we have out here for you guys to rock with. Yes. Support us, man.
It's not as much fun as I'm not stealing it.
Support us, man. I'm trying to put y'all in another stratosphere. It's easy for motherfuckers to be out here talking about how to be manipulative. Let me tell you right now, I can make $1 million if I wrote the 48 Laws of Relationship Power.
How about that?
The 48 Laws of Power is based off of spiritual premises. Right? The Kabbalion, books like the Kabbalion and books like that lend to the 48 Laws of Power. But the 48 Laws of Power written by Robert Greene is really about manipulating and maneuvering through society. Rule number 1, never look smarter than your boss.
How about it?
Right? That's a means of contrifuge and deception so you can matriculate beyond the limiter that might be your boss.
Right.
Right. What if I wrote a book like that shows you how to be manipulative in relationship by mastering the social game rule?
Nobody wants to help people that can't.
But I'm saying that's what most relationship specialists that are considered their salt, worth their salt, right? That's what they are. They're sociologists. They're teaching you how to manipulate and maneuver. They're not teaching you how to relate. You can't relate to another until you relate to yourself. You can't relate to yourself until you accept yourself. You can't accept yourself until you recognize that nobody is perfect.
Recognize, accept, relate, execute, rare.
Do you understand?
Right there.
Most relationship specialists are giving you game. But spirituality is not game. Spirituality is not logical. It's not reasonable. It's not rational. This is what I mean by original thought. You got two dominant forms of science. Theory of relativity, which deals with big shit, the macro, and quantum mechanics, which deals with small shit, the micro. Everything in the macro emerges out of the micro. Ancient Ifa, ancient belief systems all around Africa recognize this as masculine and feminine. The macro is the masculine.
The micro is the feminine. Everything emerged out of the waters of chaos, according to the ancient Kemetans. They said, from the waters of noon, which were the waters of chaos. Wow. So quantum mechanics represents chaos because logic and the rules of physics breaks down. Logic is masculine, left-brained. Creativity is feminine, right-brained.
You got to create from where you feel.
Do you see? Spirituality is feminine. And all of the power emerges from the feminine side. But it takes a real man to direct the power of the feminine, of the chaotic. At the lowest level of consciousness, at the fundamental levels of consciousness, everything is random. There is no logic, but that's where all the power is. Look at it in terms of atoms and their nucleus. When we harnessed the power of the atom, we created the atom bomb. But when we went inside the atom, we found the nucleus. And in the nucleus, the power gave us the nuclear bomb, which is tens of thousands of times more powerful than an atomic bomb. The deeper you go into reality, the more you get into the power. And the power is chaotic and random. It needs a structure. That's what logic is, a structure. So guess what society is? It is the structure of the brain trust, i.e. government, religion, and educational institutions that you pour your spirit into so you can direct what type of behaviors you have.
Let's break this down into math. People say math is a universal language. It is the language of the universe. I disagree. I believe that math is man's feeble attempt at quantifying what already is. Almost like the analogy I said with the word lion. L-I-O-N. Oh, that's what you use to identify him. He don't give a fuck about that word because he about to eat that deer right there. Because he is.
Well, let me jump in and say.
Sure.
Math is absolutely the language of the universe. Absolutely. But what a lot of people do is equate math to logic, and they are somewhat similar.
They're cousins, but they're not the same.
They're not the same. But let me explain something to you about math. Did you know that math is even flawed?
Yeah.
I'm not going to tell you where to go look it up, but go look up the flaws in math. There's a flaw in math, and if there's a flaw in math,
anything divided by itself is one, right?
Watch this. If there's a flaw in math, there's a flaw in logic.
How about it? Now, can you exploit that flaw? Can you use that flaw to your favor? Again, a part of it. Anything divided by itself equals 1, right? So what is 0 divided by 0?
Now,
fuck with that while you're high.
Now watch this. What happens when your rigid, masculine, logical template allows the creative influence of the chaos of femininity and creativity to come into your life? Do you grow? Do you expand? Because there's something that happens when opposites come together. When the yin and yang come together, we find a new level of balance. You can't be balanced in just what you are.
Yeah, trying to be Julian Ward Cleaver.
You represent a side.
Right. You got to take a side. You got to put on a jersey.
And as long as your wounds are still virgin, you refuse to touch them. You refuse to caress them. You refuse to nurture them. You refuse to pop the proverbial cherry on your unhealed hurt. You will not be able to overcome your emotionality, your sensitivity, your bitch-assity. You want your woman to be everything your mama couldn't be. Heal the relationship with your mama. So your woman ain't got to compensate for what your mama couldn't provide.
And if you can't heal it, then you're going to have to forgive her for it. You're going to have to find a way to forgive. That's, bruh, I'm going to tell you, once I started grading the people who were supposed to make the decisions for me as humans and not deities, I immediately began to grow. Are you gonna let your mama off the hook for what happened with her mama? Are you gonna let your mama off the hook for what she didn't see?
Are you gonna let your mama off the hook for having the tools that she had?
Right.
She only got the tools that she got.
You're a Mercedes, granted, but all she had was some vice grips and a Phillips.
Same with your daddy. Let your daddy off the hook for the toolbox he was born with.
You got, bruh.
He was born with a toolbox.
Dude.
So what, it ain't got the tools you got?
Yes.
Maybe you got some different tools so you can enhance his toolbox.
Maybe you got some tools because his toolbox didn't have that in it.
Look at that. And guess what? Those tools that you were born with in your toolbox are specifically designed for you to work on yourself. And maybe the best way to show people that you have a special toolbox is that you continue building yourself in front of them so they can witness your transformation.
Instead of being a dentist with raggedy teeth.
Witnessing your...
Who the fuck going to a dentist and you open his mouth, look like a fucking crossword puzzle or a fence missing some posts, and you gonna talk about what you finna do in my mouth? You finna do a goddamn thing in my mouth.
Hey y'all, stop playing. Hit the like button. This is the most unique content on the planet. Tell me right now where you can find content just like this. Yo, get to my website, theshroudedlighthouse.com. We are making moves. Guess what? We just hit our mark. We are making moves. We just hit our mark for today. I appreciate everybody, but don't stop. You all ain't got this book. You all ain't got this work. Trust me, this work is about to revolutionize the game. Somebody said Craig Fax. Craig Fax is my little brother. If you talk to Craig Fax, ask him who inspired him. He'll tell you.
And a great dude.
He'll tell you he's a great dude.
Great dude.
And I love seeing Craig Fax do what I do. Look, let me show you something.
Craig Fax, DeJuan Brown.
Yeah.
There's some cats out there doing it.
Let me show you something. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to say it again. Look at this. Those 3 bottles represent 3 MCs. Jay-Z, Biggie, and Too Short. Or Snoop Dogg.
I put Too Short in the bag.
But watch this. It don't matter. They all saying the same shit. They talking about the same content.
Right.
Just like me and my brother Craig. But guess what? We all saying it different.
And there are people who
motherfuckers like to come in here with that division shit.
Okay, understand that first off, for the Hoda DeBoco shots, God don't bless you for you. He doesn't. Craig was blessed with whatever his philosophy is.
I love Craig.
For whoever is supposed to see it. And there is someone who is not going to get it from Zoe.
Right. And that's
get it.
And Zoe is going to hand Craig the baton willingly. Craig has come to me and said, man, you inspired me. You inspired me. I watch your shit. You inspired me.
Where do you think he
and guess what? And guess what? I will never take credit for Craig's show. That's Craig's show. That's Craig's expression.
Yes.
Just like Snoop can't take credit for Biggie's expression. And Jay can't take credit for Snoop's expression.
Or anybody who could. Snoop does not take credit for Kendrick Lamar's expression. Although Kendrick Lamar lays the fucking chalice at his feet.
Now watch this. If you talk to Craig, Craig will tell you. Zoe be watching my show. Zoe will text me, hey, move that person over here. This motherfucker might be talking too much. I'm over here mentoring because I love his work.
Niggas ain't ready, man.
Man, y'all better stop with that division shit.
Niggas is still playing the dozens, hoping to get sold.
Of course we gonna be divided. Of course we are. We was divided when it counted the most. How the fuck we gonna be divided when Malcolm and Martin are on the planet at the same time? So definitely we gonna be divided while motherfucking Zoe and Craig here. But me and Craig on the same team. Listen, fuck the hoe up out you. Stick your spiritual dick in your virgin hurt. And fuck that hurt
free. Fuck your unhealed trauma the way you fuck your purpose. And you gonna grow up and you gonna stop being petty. You gonna stop being hoish.
Yes, Lord. Get the spiritual hump in your back. Yes.
It was David Deida who wrote the book.
Long stroke.
What's that book?
Long stroke you hurt.
What's the book? David Deida's book. Whoever wrote, y'all, it's people in here who read David Deida's work. I done forgot something about man. David Deida. Let me pull him up. Pull it up for me.
Help these people fuck their purpose. Help them fuck their fucking hurt.
David Deida. What was that book? Shit, I done forgot more than you'll ever learn. What you don't know will make your home a permanent urn, nigga. JC, sorry. David, The Way of the Superior Man. That's it. Shit. I done read that book 35 times. In that book, that man said a real man will fuck his purpose. He will fuck his purpose so well that he'll make his woman jealous of the fucking that he is doing to his purpose. But guess what else you can't just, you also have to fuck your wounds. You got to make love to your wounds, your unhealed hurt. You have to be in an intimate relationship with your unhealed hurt, men. You have to be. That's how your wounds open up. How many times have you fucked the shit out of a woman with no passion and no intimacy, and she felt left high and dry? She felt like that there was no connection. You were just banging and pounding and humping and pounding and grinding and humping and pounding. See, let me tell you something about your wounds. You got to get intimate with your wounds, brothers. If you can't be intimate with your hurt, you're going to hurt your woman on the outside. You got to get intimate with her. You got to get intimate and you got to get active in the game of self-work. So, so's the straight man. I come here for jokes. You at the wrong place, jokey smurf ass nigga. You know, I just got off work. Nigga, again, no inner healing, no outer happiness. Right? The macro is the construct. The micro is where the creative energy flows into the construct, giving it life. You can't have a content female in your life if you're not content internally. She'll never be content with you. She'll never respect you if you've never popped your wounds cherries.
And she might not know why.
Right? You might attract a hopeless helper, a Build-A-Bear nigga.
Oh, guess what?
Go ahead.
Guess what you do? You know how they say when you have sex, it weakens you? You're gonna when you fuck the shit out of your wounds, you weaken your wounds. Cause now
not weaken. Soften.
Soften? Okay.
Yes.
Well,
the wounds
they soften to the point that you are no longer malleable in the wrong areas.
That's what we saying, Jeff.
Yeah.
You soften the wound in much the same way you soften the womb.
You ever see these two extreme niggas? The one that there's the one that beats the shit out of his girl. Then there's the other dude that absolutely is just a fucking doormat and does everything his woman says. That's because he hasn't taken advantage of fucking his wounds. Because if he did, encased in one of them wounds is the man logic that lets you know that the greatest way to make any woman miserable is to never say no to her. If you never tell your woman no, she will turn you into some shit she don't want. And that comes from you not dealing with you.
Hey, and somebody just said it right now. Let your wounds ride reverse cowgirl. Hit that G-spot, nigga.
Yes.
Fuck that womb. Bam.
Way of the Superior Man. All men should read this book, The Way of the Superior Man. Read it. It talks about taking control over you. First off, you're not confident with you because of these undealt with hurts, because of these ignored hurts, because of this facade of inflexibility and strength. You're not really man if you're not pliable and malleable, right? And the only way to be that to a woman and receive that from a woman, you must be giving it to yourself. Yeah. But you can't give it to yourself if you fuck that shit. I can't show no emotion and I can't be there. Listen, let me tell you something, man. Wounds need to get fucked too. They need to be caressed. There needs to be intimacy with your wounds. Do you understand? You ain't gonna be able to do it with a woman. It'll just be a momentary escape with a woman if you've neglected your own self. Do you understand? Hit the like button, hit the share button. Me and Jeff Brown up in this motherfucker today. We wanted to go hard in the paint today. Let me tell you right now, go to theshroudedlighthouse.com. Order your copy right now. Theshroudedlighthouse.com. Everybody make a move over there. We need the support for this project. If I told you the truth, you'd be like, oh shit, is it that crazy? Yes, Zoe. Theshroudedlighthouse.com. Pre-order your copy today. Somebody said, treat your wounds like they Trey Songz groupies. Yeah. Love on them, man. Love on them. Please support everything that we're doing. Hit the Cash App. Hit the Super Chat. Support Jeff Brown. Put up Jeff Brown's Cash App. And also put up your own Cash App. At GB Funny Style. Support Jeff Brown's Cash App. Support Sarah's Cash App. Jeff Brown, your thoughts?
Can you make love if you don't start with self-love?
No.
How you do that? How you make love if you don't start with love in the tank for you? And how do you really, really, really love you without giving you some tough love?
Huh.
How much tough love do you give you?
Huh.
How much love, how many times do you stand in the mirror and go, look, motherfucker, that ain't the way you're supposed to talk to your kids.
Nehru says, can you give an example of how you fuck your womb?
Sure.
Listen, when we say fuck, we're talking about being intimate with your wound.
Sure, I'll give you one.
Go ahead, Jeff.
I'll give you one. When I was growing up, I was wounded by this. As a young child, whatever my family said, that was fucking that. And if you showed even distaste for it, you was gonna get your ass whooping. If you kept with it, that could lead to a Brown extension cord ass whooping, of which I have some welts to this day. So when I speak to my kids, I caress, I deal with the 8, 9, 10-year-old Jeff that was not allowed to speak his mind, that was cut off even when he was right, that was never really listened to. And by knowing that and being in touch with that and understanding that maybe that's why I cut people off. Mm-hmm. And that I cannot come into the room in conversation with Mrs. Brown that way. I cannot deal with my children that way. By making love to those wounds are satiated so they don't get out and try to fuck my family. Because if I don't fuck my wounds, they gonna fuck somebody. They gonna fuck my job. They gonna fuck my opportunities. They gonna fuck my reputation. They gonna fuck my money. They gonna fuck my relationships. They gonna have my kids where they don't want to see me. You want to know about people's kids? How often do they visit you when they don't have to? That's what's gonna happen if I don't fuck these wounds. Another wound, bullied, constantly. Never went to the 6th grade. I was in the 6th grade for 2 days. They was trying to put me in the 9th. My mama said just to the 7th. Bullied on the south side of Chicago. If I don't nurture,
that's what we saying.
If I don't nurture that and understand that and talk to that
Embrace
young dude.
that.
And talk to that young dude every time altercation or confrontation comes in front of me. Guess what? I will always be reacting to a bully.
Reactive.
I will always be reactive. I will never be proactive.
So again, to fuck your wounds is to embrace your wounds, is to accept your wounds without judgment. You ain't gonna be nothing but a judgmental, cynical motherfucker if you're constantly judging yourself. When is the last time you looked at yourself without judgment? When is the last time you looked in the mirror and didn't have nothing negative to say about yourself? When was the last time you accepted every flaw, every lie you ever told, every deceit you've ever perpetuated, every manipulation you've ever perpetuated? When was the last time you said it's okay that I had to do that? And when I say it's okay, I'm not saying it's the right thing to do. It's okay that I did the wrong thing. It's okay that I hurt somebody. But when I say it's okay, I'm not saying I condone that I should do that. I'm saying I did that and I'm okay with doing that.
Because I couldn't get here to lesson time without it. You can't learn lessons if you don't fuck up.
Do you see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying? This is fucking your wounds in action. Hey, I'm flawed. Hey, I'm broken. Hey, I'm troubled. Hey, I'm hurt.
And
you know what? Now look. You know what? It's okay. It's okay that I'm all of that. It's all right. I'm okay with being right here at this moment, right now, in this condition. Because guess what? Your process never ends. It was Krishnamurti who said education is eternal. Education is eternal. So self-education is eternal. You ain't gonna never get in a position where you say, you know what, I've come far enough and this is good. Until you're on that deathbed. Do you understand? Until you're on that deathbed. Listen, your whole life is a process of enfolding and unfolding simultaneously. Learning, growing, assimilating, getting rid of. Do you understand? Accept yourself is part of fucking your wounds. Fuck them. Make love to them. Nurture them. Accept them. Love on them. When was the last time you loved on what was wrong with you? Motherfuckers ain't really speaking now. Huh? Maybe that was over your fucking heads, right? It's okay for the shit to be over your head. When was the last time you loved on what's wrong with you?
Have you ever listened to a Bent Over and Busted Open song more than once? Have you ever listened to one of these, I'm gonna kill up all them niggas over there just because they're on some real estate that's different than mine and either one of us own it? Have you ever listened to one of those songs over and over? Then you might want to watch this video over and over, because the difference between this video and those songs is this video could actually help you. I'm done. Oh, yeah. Do we move these cameras? Scoot over in your one shot. No. When it's time for your one shot, your mark should be over just a smidge. See? Your shoulders off your one shot. So go there. Okay, right there.
I don't like it. Okay. You know why? Because I don't sit according to the camera. I sit according to COVID.
Well, nigga, shit, I'll scoot over.
Get your ass.
I don't give a fuck.
But
trying to get your ass in the shot.
But now let me reveal something to you. The topic is about self-work versus entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I knew if I came in here and turn up, you guys would support.
Ain't that a goddamn shame? You gotta come in here.
So now watch this, Jeff. I want to show Jeff this so he could know that I ain't lying. I want to show Jeff this so he can know that I ain't lying. And I'm telling y'all, we poisoned, we sick. Jeff, I want to show you something. Come over here.
Let's see what the comments say.
No, I want to show you something. This is for today.
Okay.
This is what we did today on book sales.
Okay.
Let me show you.
Wow.
Wait. Let me show you. Right?
Okay. That's for today.
That's just today.
That's today's sheet.
Now, remember, I've been promoting this thing, right, hard for almost 2 months, right? Let me show you what the total is in orders. only have 268 orders in total. But I told you a lie, and you responded to the lie. I said, we only need 10 orders. Then you got up off your ass and supported a little bit. We only have 268 orders. We're not even close to 500 orders. But you have to be deceived in order to move.
Because if I told you exactly what I needed, you'd have to be Jewish in order to respond.
Do you understand the fuck shit our people are under?
And when I say Jewish, I'm talking about moving as a unit. In order to respond, you'd have to move as a unit. But you're not going to move as a unit without me having to fake you out and snow you and cajole you and push you and use the oppressor's ways to communicate. Well, see, what we're trying to do is not do business like our oppressors.
But listen,
Yes.
I know some brothers who have come to me and said, yo, man, you using some bullshit marketing. But what is marketing but manipulation? I come to you and tell you the truth. You need this book. You need this work that I'm putting in. Right? I come to you and be honest. They go, oh, so that's an old way. Niggas ain't gonna move. They not gonna do what the fuck. And they don't. But I sit back and I observe charlatans. What I perceive to be a charlatan. If a motherfucker can tell you the most basic dumb shit and you move on it. Isn't that the principle of corporate America when they say keep it simple, stupid?
Well, you got to remember your art.
Motherfucker make a t-shirt, I feel good. Sell 4 million t-shirts. That's the premise of my coaching. My coaching is based in I feel good theory. The theory of I feel good.
I want to feel good.
All you got to do is get up and dance around in your living room. Regardless of what's happening, God is right there with you.
So dance around with God.
Next thing you know, they done sold 4 million books. But the one book that will pull you out of your addiction of being stimulated and entertained by mediocrity and emptiness is shunned.
Ms. MC16. Zoe, do you think a 13-year-old, I think that's what she said because my shit just, okay, yeah. Zoe, do you think a 12-year-old female child can benefit from reading your books? Let me
I
ask you.
think a child can benefit from any high level of knowledge
Yes, you got
if it is conveyed in
The
a
right
way
way.
that they can absorb it. Again, when you're young, your mind is pliable. There is plasticity in your neurons. When you get older, the plasticity concretizes and hardens. I think these women or these children can benefit greatly if their partner or if their parent is a mentor.
You can't just
You
drop
can't
this
dictate.
heavy-ass book over in a goddamn playpen.
Right.
No, here's what you do. You take that 12-year-old and you go here. Oh, really? Yeah, you're grounded. You're grounded today. So here's what we're going to do. You see this book? You're going to take this book and you're going to read 10 pages. And you're going to tell me, you're going to come back to me with 2 piles of information. What you do understand and what you don't. And we're going to go through that.
We're going to go through both of them.
Yes.
I'm going to expand on what you do.
Foot out of your ass.
Right. I'm going to expand on what you do understand, and I'm going to bring clarity to what you don't understand.
Exactly.
Look, Jeff, how many page views? You see all the orders over 2 months that we've been promoting. It's 268. How many page views?
I'm going to throw the number out?
Yes.
7,305.
What's the conversion rate of that?
2.5%. Wouch.
Do you understand? We love fuck shit. We gonna support fuck shit. We gonna buy fuck shit. We gonna keep fuck shit employed.
That means 97.5% of you
have come to the site and walked away.
How many fire, blip, 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 no matter how many, wow, you sure did say this, and I'm not talking about those of you who find yourselves with nothing but the money for an internet connection. I'm talking about those of you who still got Jordans this weekend that came to you from Amazon and boxes.
No, fuck Fuck Jordans. I'm talking about you niggas who come here weekly and get jewels and go out and try to look deep by parroting what has been said since 2012.
To people that don't know about us. You ain't gonna turn them on to us. You got them thinking it's you. Oh yeah, I know plenty. It's a few of them niggas. I done busted a couple of them niggas.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
You just gonna say what we said, so it look like you said it.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
And listen.
That's like comics who do comedy.
And when I say this, I'm not talking about the knowledge. Listen, in radio, in news, and Jeff, you've heard me say this to you as I was coaching you for radio for a little while.
Yes, sir.
You heard me. Everybody got the same topics.
Right.
If you're talking about relationships, everybody gonna talk about cheating, everybody gonna talk about divorce, everybody gonna talk about money, everybody gonna talk about raising kids, everybody gonna talk about communication. Everybody got the same topics.
And it gets worse with commercial radio. If you go to black radio, I dare you.
I was in the middle of a thought, but
I'm sorry.
But I'm just saying, everybody got the same topics. What makes it dope is your unique take. I was just coaching a young podcast crew the other day. I said, everybody says the same shit. Everybody's talking about the same shit, but you gotta say your shit differently. Don't come here and cherry pick shit that you've never articulated so well before and then use it without supporting the fucking channel, Jeff Brown.
Commercial black radio is damn near the same black format. Damn near. You turn on Ricky Smiley show, turn on D.L. Hughley show, turn on Steve Harvey show, insert black radio personality here. And they all have the same job. To pacify the demographic of fat, black, middle-aged church women. Because that's who listens to black radio. That's a fucking fact. That's a fucking fact. Listen to the commercials. Listen, you are like, this is not. That's exactly who is saying that. If you listen to all of it, you will get the same shit. Not that it's bad shit, not that it's wrong shit. You're gonna get the same funny shit, you're gonna get the same serious shit, you're gonna get the same news points, you're gonna get the same talking points, but you are not going to get the same experience.
So I'm gonna say it again, content creators out there, if you're creating content, here's the thing. No knowledge is new. Knowledge in and of itself is a reflex of memory. Knowledge is a representative of the known. Insight is knowledge that has yet to be added to the repository of what is known. That's why it happens in between thoughts. Insight. Creativity. You get it? Now, I would urge all content creators. Nobody's mad at you talking on topics that everybody talks on. But do it originally. Do it from your authentic space. Don't be on, if you ain't never said relationship is a mirror, don't start saying it now. And if you do say it, cite where you got it from.
Yeah. Don't represent it as genuine. That's the problem.
Don't make it seem like you came up with the relationship is a mirror.
When Prince did Every Day is a Winding Road by Sheryl Crow, everybody knew it was by Sheryl Crow, but Prince did it his way and shouted out Sheryl Crow because it's her song.
Right.
It's her song. It's just listen to What If God Was One of Us by Prince.
What if God... Did Prince do that record?
Nigga.
That's Rick.
Trying to make his way.
Wait. That's Prince?
That's Joan Osborne did it. What if God...
I remember the record. I'm saying, did Prince wrote that?
Oh, no.
Oh, I was about
he
to
just
say.
took it and that one, Creep by Radiohead. Nigga, listen to any song Prince cover. It's Prince's song now.
Right.
Because he does it his way.
Right.
He don't just come up and do the chords in the same time, in the same verse, in the same key. And that's what you're doing when relationship is a mirror. Without saying Zoe Williams
Zoe Williams turned me on to Krishnamurti.
told Zoe Williams, so you didn't get the Krishnamurti by yourself. You didn't.
And nigga, we all know about Krishnamurti. That's some rarefied air right there. Niggas ain't just reading Krishnamurti, my nigga.
No, niggas don't just, come on, stop it. Knock it off.
Come on, man. So I'm going to say it again. I wanted to show you how you're manipulated by what feels good. The church has done that to us. The church has lost its way. The church used to be connected to the African spirituality, but not only the African spirituality, Islamic spirituality. The church here, the black church here in America, used to be connected to Islamic spirituality, African spirituality, as well as Native American spirituality. This is what makes African Americans or ADOS or FBA so unique. We are all of these people, including the white folk. We all of them.
Well,
so what? Let me finish the thought. So when I tell you this stuff, man, we are in a space, in a unique space, to be uniquely powerful and positioned in the world if we would just embrace all that is us. Do you understand? I had to fucking show you how easy you are easily manipulated. If I say what you want to hear, you support until some of your kids got to come to you and say, God damn, Granny, stop. Listen, how many prayer cloths and motherfucking holy water bottles you gonna get?
Martin Luther King calendar.
Do you get what I'm saying? We've been manipulated, but when somebody is honest and tells the truth to you and says, hey, I'm gonna walk you down the dark corridor of your own spirit. I don't want to do that shit. I want to laugh. I want to be entertained. Self-work versus entertainment. Entertainment is related to entrainment. This is why we talked about these particular stories. The gay Captain America and Little Mama coming out with her pro-heterosexual movement. We get entrained by the media. Do you get what I'm saying? We get programmed by the media. But if you were a self-sovereign person from the spirit outward, who could govern you? Who could sway you? Who could convince you? Who could manipulate you? You get manipulated by fear. You get manipulated by ego. Motherfuckers out here with all types of marketing schemes to get you to buy nothing. But the motherfucker who gonna give you the motherfucking tools to change your life, for real, ask yourself, if you were honest, how many of y'all read The Holographic Relationship? Or how many of you read The Relationship Dismount? Do those books read like bullshit? I'll wait. Jeff Brown.
Well, bro, going back to X's and O, I love that. The spirituality of what we do.
That's my lane.
Yes.
My lane is spiritual relationships. That's my lane. Everybody else is on the social side. I'm on the spirit side. Go.
The white church is X's and O's. The black church is the alley-oop and the no-look pass. You ain't gonna get that alley-oop. You ever been to a white church? The best of them are fucking boring. Holy shit. That's why they're only 20 minutes long. Because you can't stay there that long. You can't stay there that long. Black church is long because it can be. That shit's long, hot, but fucking entertaining. That band is the shit. Them heifers can sing. That preacher can preach. Do you feel it in here? Do you feel it in here? Oh, the feeling is all up in there.
Hold it up, Uncle
It's
Shot.
just that when you leave there, you ain't got no X's and O's. All you got is feeling. He can get you with an X or a O. But he died. Okay. You got plenty of that.
Somebody says, Zoe, your books require work. People even want to be entertained in their reading. Absolutely. This is why in the book, the Celestine Prophecy, one of the most poignant things that was stated in that book is you can tell the intelligence level of a society based off of what entertains them.
That's it.
We are a society of monkeys.
Eek fucking eek.
We're monkeys wearing the greatest American superhero outfit. We behave and think like monkeys. Krishnamurti said it. Our psychological development is retarded, but our technological development is expanded. We are technologically advanced, but we are psychologically immature and stunted. Niggas want to be entertained because niggas are okay being at the lower end of consciousness.
Oh yeah, man. Nice, fat, dumb, happy. Nothing feels better
Than a chicken pot pie, some shepherd's pie, and watching some motherfucking bitches clap their ass on a video.
Chicken wings from churches, watching bitches in videos, and nigga dating them outside fighting.
Come on, man.
That shit.
We more than that. We better than that.
What happens?
Look at the monkey.
Niggas, let me. Oh wow.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Think of your psyche like a jungle. Okay. The hyenas are on the outside of the jungle. The lions are on the inside. Oh no. Hyenas and lions. Yeah, I'm gonna make the fruit. Let me make the fruit what you after. The fruit of your spirit is deep inside of that metaphysical jungle. But to get to it, you got to fight through the metaphysical lions, tigers, hyenas, alligators, and hippos of hurt, shame, social media, the triangle offense on your happiness, ladies, your mama, the media, and your manless friends. You got to get past all that in order to get to the real fruit. But instead of getting to the real fruit, what you'll do is stand on the outside of the jungle and eat these little acorns with monkey shit in them, because you can't really get to that metaphysical shit. So then anytime you need to call on something, you are without the nutrients of the fruit inside the jungle because you don't have the balls to go past your hurt to get it.
So I'm gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna make one more call to action. This is a serious call to action. Support the holograph or the Shrouded Lighthouse. Please support those books. The Relationship Dismount is available on Amazon.com in 3 different formats.
It's a book. It's a great place to hide money if you live in the hood.
Right? The Holographic Relationship, paperback, Kindle, as well as Audible on Amazon.com. The Holographic Relationship is available on my website, IamZoeWilliams.com, if you want a paperback version. But there's a Kindle version as well, and both books are on iBooks, Apple iBooks. All right? But then, my latest book, I told y'all 500 copies. We're not nowhere near 500 copies. And I've been asking you to support the book and get us to 500 copies for 2 months. And today, using a marketing media trick, which is say, we only got 10 left. Then people moved.
Law of supply and demand.
That's a basic marketing trick. Why you gotta be tricked to support your own? Why does manipulation work on you? Marketing work on you? Why can't the truth resonate? Do you know how many people I've talked to that have said, I got your book, I just can't get through it because the shit start hurting at a certain point. The shit is too much at a certain point. And I'm saying that's when you should press forward.
That's exactly. Yes,
society has taught you that once it gets tough, you jettison. You pull the motherfucking ripcord. Let me wake up right now. No, stay in there. See, you've been trained to always feel good. Because they understand in feeling bad, there are a great many jewels and gifts in the uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, yes.
I had to.
Yes.
Why you gotta be fooled? And any other motherfucker who started to see, you know how much hey, I don't have a problem. You know how many people bought a book today? 26. Out of the 900, close to 1,000 motherfuckers in here, 26 people answered the call. Listen, you're not serious about me. What the fuck? I need to be serious about anybody. I'm tired of being on the phone with the Babalao and Iya, you know, the priestesses and shamans, and they all say, nigga, this your calling. This is what you see. This is what you're here on earth to do. But I also understand people like Malcolm, people like Martin, people like the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Yes.
It's par for the course for your people to pull their pants down and take a dump on you.
Take a hot shit on you. That man been in. Okay.
That's just what it is. It's par for the course. Who you gonna be when they do that?
We ain't not where we supposed to be, cause Soul Brother number one ain't been telling you. We ain't where we supposed to be, cause y'all ain't listening.
Or you don't care, or you're here for the wrong reason.
I grew up in Chicago. Brother Minister Farrakhan's message, for the most part, has not changed in the 55, in the 56, in the 50 years that I have been consciously aware of it. The Nation of Islam's voice, their tenets, their way of being, has not changed. They ain't changed. Whoops. They ain't changed course. We are the ones who are lost. It's not that the word ain't out there. Your ass ain't listening to it.
Yeah, the word has been out there.
It's been out there.
And while it's going down, you waiting for the external world to give you an answer, right? You're waiting for the external world to give you an answer that only the internal world can provide. So you get moved by things like, this is not science fiction. Israeli researchers have grown an embryo outside of the womb, right? They have grown an embryo outside of the womb. In Jacob Hanna's lab at the Weizmann Institute, for the first time in the world, scientists succeeded in growing a mammal embryo outside the womb. The implications of this unprecedented achievement could be enormous. From growing synthetic embryos for organ implants to creating an infant whose biological parents are two men.
They're going a long way to take pussy out the game. That's what he's saying.
What I'm saying is the world is marching on without you.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to lock in to whatever the world and the external world says is normal. Part of normalizing is brainwashing.
Wow. Wow.
That's societal brainwashing.
That's exactly what it is.
Part of normalizing is brainwashing. And you can only wash a mind that doesn't have control of itself. That doesn't have control of itself. The mind has to be on autopilot.
Yeah, you serum sandwiches. You folks out there getting that vaccine. Okay.
This is why you got to play a social game rule. Do you know how easy it is? As easy to get women as it is to get rich.
Hell, it's easier.
But this is what I mean by it. Listen, women are tiered off. Tiers. Mm-hmm. Super baddies. Mm-hmm. Around the way girl. Mm-hmm. Cutie. Little thick but cute. Do you understand what I'm saying? There's tiers. Mm-hmm. Hardworking, independent. Do you get what I'm saying? There's tiers. The hustle or the game is all of those women are available to you if you're doing well.
Yeah. You can hit Powerball and still go to McDonald's. You can't work at McDonald's and afford to eat at Wolfgang Puff.
And when I say all of those women are available to you if you're doing well, what I'm saying is there are women in each sector of the tier that'll fuck with you based on resources.
Yes. Yes.
Especially the highest tier, the super baddie. I deserve deserve better than this. I'm supposed to have better than this. But where is your spiritual currency, baddie?
I only fuck Lakers or reasonable financially fit facsimile thereof.
When your super uber beautiful ass come in here with the same broken spirit as mine, you think you're better because you're more attractive? And the only reason why you're here is because my wallet speaks louder than my manhood?
Y'all both in here lying to each other? You both in here with your social representatives? Because you're too scared to show your real self? You don't, I'm telling you, one of the reasons I believe me and Mrs. Brown are still together today is because the four of us got together. Me and my frightened, wounded, hurt little boy, and her frightened, hurt, wounded little girl sat down and said, all four of us are going to help each other through this life.
Look at that. Look at that.
All four of us are sitting in this room. We do not get to sit in this room, just me and you. That little boy and that little girl is in here, and we need to talk to them. And we do.
Look at that.
We openly talk. I talk to 12-year-old Jeff all the time. I talk to 9-year-old Jeff, because that's where bad shit happened. I talk to 17-year-old Jeff, and then I'll fuck around and talk to 70-year-old Jeff. Or let 70-year-old Jeff talk to me. You know you need to get your ass up and work out. That's 70-year-old Jeff.
Jeff, where are we at right now since we talked? Since we last showed
270.
That means we sold 2 books.
2 more. Yeah, and with
all right,
regard
people.
to, can I say this before we go?
Uh-huh.
Watch this here. I'm going to do just like what Zoe was talking about. To cite my man, Eric Thomas, motivational speaker, just like what Zoe was talking about. He said, and this is what a lot of y'all do, don't cry to quit. Cry to keep going. Yeah, it hurt, but I'm going to stop and cry. Not so I can stop here. Yeah, my gas tank is empty. When I fill up in the middle of fucking nowhere, I don't fill up and then sit on my hood and look and figure out where I'm going to start living. I fill up to keep going. Stop crying and stopping there. Cry to keep going.
Cry to show that you're human so you can keep going. Anyway, nothing but love, nothing but appreciation. We appreciate everybody who did support today. It's unfortunate that we had to go to the means to show you that you're under a spell, and that spell is called entertainment. And I want to free you into the world of self-work, light work, shadow work. We got to do this work, man, if we want to heal as a community. My lane is spiritual relationships. We love y'all. I love everybody. Please continue to support our channel. Hit the super chat button. Please hit our individual cash apps. My cash app is $ZoWhatNetter. I need your support. I need you to support my latest book and the current books that are already out. I need you to support Total Package Energy, X-Wolf, that Hurricane Report. We got so many things that I want you guys to rock with. Please continue to rock with these businesses. It is important to keep them alive because they subsist off of you. I want you to support Sarah. Hit Sarah's cash app. Show her appreciation and love for coming up here. And shit, we almost at 2 o'clock. Sarah was here at 10 o'clock to help get this shit going, man. So I appreciate that, and support Jeff Brown. Jeff Brown, your closing thought.
Yes. Go back and watch these videos. I'm gonna cut up some pieces of them when I get a chance. I'm fucking busy. Watch these videos. Go back. Zoe is nice enough. If you look at the names, the titles of what the videos are, you can almost what do I need help with here? And go look at a video. But that ain't the same as reading it.
No.
That ain't the same as being able to snatch it right down off the shelf and go, here's page 171. I was crying like somebody stole my fucking bike right here. Girl, you need to read that.
So I'm going to say it one more time. 271 orders. We're nowhere near 500 orders. Stop being manipulated into, stimulated into supporting. do it because you know we need it. How about that? TheShroudedLighthouse.com. Thank you all for supporting. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. We out. Deuces. All right, I'm back in the building. Hey, you already know what it is. The Zoe Morning Show been going since 2012, and we've had many different iterations of it. I'm exceedingly excited about what is to come. Got a lot of good things on deck, got a lot of good things rolling, finally. And you already know what it is. Before we get into community and before we get into the current events, we usually go community empowerment. And I've got some things that I want to promote. Namely, we wanted to promote this thing last week, but we're going to promote it this week. Or we actually talked about it last week, but we're really going to promote it this week. We need everybody. We have a month before this latest masterclass. This is the first relationship masterclass I've done in 2 years. The last one I did was in 2022, 2021, something like that. So it's been 2 years. So we're doing a masterclass, or I'm doing a masterclass August 3rd through the 4th. Can you pull up? That's the masterclass. It's called the Relationship ER. What is the link for that? Because we want people to go there right now and sign up. Let me just say, registration is limited. So do not hem and haw and hope and a ha and a hey shana. Don't. I need you to get to this link, onestream.tv/ the relationship ER. ER, of course, is emergency room. Right? And we're going to talk about a great many things over 2 days. We've created a whole PowerPoint curriculum for this masterclass. And all my ride or dies, all my people who say, yo, we with Zoe Williams, we rock with Zoe. I've been learning from you for 20 years, and you know, you saved my marriage, you did this, you did. Yo, sign up. Because what I'm not telling you about this particular masterclass, I've been holding on to new ideas that I've been cultivating over the past 3 years. Right? And the reason why I've been holding on to these ideas is because, you know, once you start talking about them, it gets out into the, you know, YouTube world, and, you know, everybody says, I agree with that, or I disagree with that, and then they start parroting what you say. So I have, like, doggedly held on to some of these concepts that I will be revealing in this masterclass. And I do a radio show with Tavis Smiley, you know, every day, Monday through Thursday. I do this radio show, and I've been holding back these concepts because I'm writing my 5th book, which is coming along excellently. And within this masterclass, I'm going to be revealing the tenets of that 5th book. And when I tell you, it's going to be amazing. So do not play with this one. This is a powerful masterclass. And this is what I pride myself on. I hate being like, sounding like, looking like, acting like, being perceived like anybody else. I like to approach things from an original and fresh perspective. This relationship masterclass and subsequent book is going to challenge everything I've ever written before. That's how amazing the whole concept is around these books, around these masterclasses. I don't do anything unless I have a really strong concept that people can digest and kind of process and understand and get something out of. So I'm telling you now, sign up to the Relationship ER, onestream.tv / The relationship ER. Now,
Everybody ain't your soulmate. Everybody ain't your person. Everybody ain't your twin flame. Everybody don't love you. Some of your friends is trying to kill you. I'm handing out free game. Women and men have incredible intuition, but mostly we find neither one of us ever listen. We never pay attention to it. We muck up and then we act like we meant to do it. We react without acknowledging the fact that we act exactly like whatever we hate. We attract what we vibrate. We lash out in a volatile mind state. We cultivate that mess and let it migrate. We love to hate. Watch what you vibrate. You already